Hi everyone, we are back with new table, new setup on the new energy. There are so many interesting things Doers ma bhairako. Euta kura chai we have launched a masterclass that is Doers ko ethos la kaim rakhna, that was to create more doers. I think हामी अलिकति hands on भएर हामीले हाम्रो डुवर्सहरुको वर्षको स्किल सेटलाई एउटा कोर्समा ट्रान्सफर गरेर इन्डस्ट्री स्ट्यान्डर्ड स्किल सेट चाहिँ यङ जेनेरेसनको भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई या एन्टरप्रेन्योर्सहरुलाई चाहिँ ट्रान्सफर गर्ने हाम्रो सोच हो। किन भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ मैले हाम्रो लास्टको के अरे प्रोमो भिडियोमा पनि भनेको थिएँ, यति धेरै पडकास्ट गरिसकेपछि हामीले के रियलाइज गरेको छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ वी हेभ टक विथ अ लट अफ एन्टरप्रेन्योर्स, लट अफ इन्टरप्रेन्योर्स, अनि उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ नेपालमा बसेर काम गर्नुको वान अफ द बिगेस्ट प्रब्लम चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ ल्याक अफ ह्युमन रिसोर्स भन्नुभएको छ। त्यसै गरी एट द सेम टाइम वर्षेनी हजारौँको नम्बरमा हाम्रो भाइ बहिनीहरू भर्खरै ग्रेजुएट भएको भाइ बहिनीहरू विदेश जानुहुन्छ बिकज नेपालमा अपर्च्युनिटी नदेखेर। सो त्यसलाई चाहिँ ब्रिज गर्नको लागि चाहिँ हामीले के सोच्यौँ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यति यो डुवर्सहरूको स्किल सेटलाई चाहिँ हामीले यो भाइ बहिनीहरूमा ट्रान्सफर गरेर यति इन्डस्ट्री स्ट्यान्डर्डको स्किल सेटबाट जब प्लेसमेन्टहरू क्रिएट गर्न सकिन्छ भने वाइ नट, द्याट्स एन अमेजिङ अपर्च्युनिटी, राइट? सो अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ एज अ टेस्ट हामीले के गरेको छ भन्दाखेरि मेरो र मेरो टिमको लास्ट 9 इयर्सको एक्सपिरियन्सलाई हामीले 25+ आवर्समा कन्भर्ट गरेर एकदमै ह्यान्ड्स अन स्किल सेट बनाएको छौँ। लिङ्क तल छ, हेर्नुहोस्। इफ यु थिङ्क दिस कोर्स क्यान चेन्ज यर करियर, आई नो दिस कोर्स क्यान चेन्ज यर करियर, यदि हजुर मार्केटिङ र सेल्स र कन्टेन्टको इन्डस्ट्रीको वरिपरि इन्थुजियाजिस्ट हुनुहुन्छ भने गो चेक इट आउट। फर्म भन्नु, युल गेट अ कल पर्सनली फर मी एन्ड विल हेभ दिस अमेजिङ अपर्च्युनिटी अफ लर्निङ टुगेदर कन्टेन्टको बारेमा। त्यति भन्दै लेट्स स्टार्ट आवर पडकास्ट। हाई विक्रम।
हाई अनुप,
स्वागत छ तिमीलाई हाम्रो डुवर्स पडकास्टमा।
थ्याङ्क यू।
सो डक्सुमो,
या
मैले आई थिङ्क एउटा लिङ्कडिनमा एउटा स्टेटस राखेको थिएँ कि म अहिले एकदमै एक्टिभ छु लिङ्कडिनमा, होइन? अनि त्यहाँ चाहिँ मतलब लिङ्कडिनको स्टेटसमा चाहिँ गेट मी कनेक्टेड विथ टेक पिपल अराउन्ड भन्दा चाहिँ तिमीलाई ट्याग भयो होइन? अनि निशान्तले, होइन? अनि सो थ्याङ्क यू निशान्त। अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ वी रिच्ड आउट, वी मेट फर अ कफी, होइन? अनि आई थिङ्क हियर वी आर। सो थ्याङ्क यू सो मच फर द टाइम। अनि इन्ट्रेस्टिङली तिमी भोलि इन्डिया गइरहेको छौ, सो अगेन थ्याङ्क यू सो मच।
माई प्लेजर।
सो डक्सुमोको वेबसाइटमा गएर हेऱ्यो भने इट्स बेसिकली एउटा एआई SaaS प्रोडक्ट हो, जसले चाहिँ करेक्ट मी इफ आइ एम रङ, मैले जसरी बुझ्छु, होइन? सो बेसिकली यति मैले तिमीहरूको प्रोडक्ट युज गरेर आफ्नो मल्टिपल के अरे डकुमेन्ट्सहरू अपलोड गऱ्यो भने त्यसले चाहिँ त्यसलाई रिड गरेर क्याटेगोराइज गरेर एउटा एरेन्ज गरिदिन्छ अटोमेटिक।
डक्सुमो भनेको चाहिँ लाइक मेजोरिटी अफ द कम्पनीज, राइट? इभन कम्पनीज अफ एनी साइज दे गेट लट अफ डकुमेन्ट्स। वान अफ द भेरी गुड एक्जाम्पल इज इन्भोइस, राइट? तपाईँले इन्भोइस पाउनुभयो भने के गर्नुहुन्छ, इन्भोइस साइडमा राख्नुहुन्छ अनि त्यो इन्फर्मेसन ट्याली नभए एक्सेलमा पहिला इन्ट्री गर्नुहुन्छ। नो म्याटर जुन टाइपको इन्भोइस तपाईँले रिसिभ गरे पनि तपाईँको ट्यालीले चाहिने भनेको इन्फर्मेसन त इन्भोइस नम्बर, डेट, सेलर नेम एन्ड ग्रान्ड टोटल हो, राइट? सो तपाईँको भेन्डर डिफ्रेन्ट हुन्छ, तपाईँको फर्मेट डिफ्रेन्ट हुन्छ, बट ट्यालीको लागि चाहिने इन्फर्मेसन भनेको एउटा CSV विथ अल अफ दिस इन्फर्मेसन हो। त्यो प्रोसेस, एन्ड दिस इज अ भेरी सिम्पल युज केस, मोर कम्प्लिकेटेड युज केस म एकछिनमा जाउँला। सो त्यो केसमा के हुन्छ भने अहिले चाहिँ एकाउन्टेन्टहरूले म्यानुअली साइडमा इन्भोइस राख्छ, म्यानुअली टाइप गर्छ, होइन? इट टेक्स अ क्वाइट लङ एमाउन्ट अफ टाइम। अर्को भनेको इट क्यान अल्सो बी प्रोन टु इरर, किनकि टाइप गर्दाखेरि त इरर हुने प्रोबेबिलिटी बढी हुन्छ, राइट? सो वाट वी डु इज वी युज कम्प्युटर भिजन, मेसिन लर्निङ टु एक्सट्र्याक्ट दिस इन्फर्मेसन सो द्याट द म्यानुअली टाइप गर्ने पर्ने कुरा चाहिँ 90 to 95% चाहिँ इट इज अटोमेटेड, राइट? सो इट इज अटोमेटिकली एक्सट्र्याक्टेड, यु क्यान जस्ट डाउनलोड द्याट फाइल एन्ड युज इट, राइट? त्यो भनेको एउटा सिम्पल युज केस भयो। अदर युज केस द्याट इज नट जस्ट वाट वी डु, द्याट इज जस्ट वान एक्जाम्पल। अरू केस के हुन्छ भनेदेखि सपोज तपाईँले ब्याङ्क जानुभयो, राइट? दिस इज वान अफ द युज केस द्याट वी हेभ इन इन्डिया इज तपाईँले लोन लिनु पऱ्यो ब्याङ्कमा, है? लाइक नेपालमा चाहिँ त्यति धेरै छैन, आई थिङ्क फोन पे एउटा छ रिसेन्टली जसले चाहिँ 2 लाखसम्मको लोन इन्स्टेन्टेनियसली दिन्छ। बट इन केस अफ इन्डिया द लोन मार्केट इज भेरी बिग, ओभर देयर इज अ भेरी हाई कम्पिटिसन। तपाईँले के गर्नुहुन्छ, आफ्नो प्यान कार्ड फोटो खिच्नुहुन्छ, ब्याङ्क स्टेटमेन्ट अपलोड गर्नुहुन्छ, एन्ड दे सुड डिसाइड विथिन 2 minutes तपाईँलाई लोन दिने कि नदिने, या कति दिने, राइट? त्यो गर्नको लागि तपाईँले के गर्नु पऱ्यो, पहिला KYC डकुमेन्टबाट इन्फर्मेसन निकाल्नु पऱ्यो, तपाईँको नाम के हो, तपाईँको नम्बर के हो। त्यसपछि अर्को काम के गर्नु पऱ्यो, ब्याङ्क स्टेटमेन्टबाट इन्फर्मेसन एक्सट्र्याक्सन त गर्नु पऱ्यो, बेसिक इन्फर्मेसन, एकाउन्ट नम्बर, नेम, ब्याङ्क कुन हो। त्यसपछि तपाईँले प्रत्येक ट्रान्जेक्सन एक्सट्र्याक्ट गर्नु पऱ्यो। ट्रान्जेक्सन एक्सट्र्याक्ट गरिसकेपछि अर्को काम के गर्नुपर्छ, तपाईँलाई मसले लोन दिँदाखेरि हेर्ने कुरा के भनेको तपाईँको स्यालेरी कति छ, स्यालेरी टाइममा आइरहेछ कि छैन, मन्थको लास्ट मन्थ 5 दिनमा आउँछ भनेदेखि मन्थली आइरहेछ कि छैन, इनइक्वालिटी छ कि छैन, त्यसपछि तपाईँले केमा खर्च गरिराख्नु भएको छ, तपाईँको ग्रोसरी पर्चेस के छ कि अरू कुनै इएमआई छ कि, बिकज तपाईँसँग 2-3टा इएमआई पल्देखि छ भनेदेखि तपाईँको क्रेडिट स्कोर इज गोइङ टु बी डाउन. सो इन दिस केस लाइक इन्फर्मेसन एक्सट्र्याक्सन एउटा पार्ट भयो, एनालाइसिस एन्ड अल्सो फ्रड डिटेक्सन. फ्रड डिटेक्सन भनेको चाहिँ तपाईँ के हुन्छ नि, त्यो तपाईँले सपोज मन्थली ब्यालेन्स आमा देखाउनको लागि पिडिएफ ब्याङ्कबाट डाउनलोड गर्नुभयो अनि चेन्ज गर्नुभयो, स्यालेरी मात्रै इन्क्रिज गर्नुभयो त पनि यु हेभ टु फिगर इट आउट, राइट. सो वी ह्यान्डल दिस काइन्ड अफ केसेस अल्सो. सो कुनै पनि डकुमेन्टबाट इन्फर्मेसन एक्सट्र्याक्सन, एनालाइसिस एन्ड फ्रड डिटेक्सन, राइट. सो दिस आर द थिङ्स द्याट वी डु फर मोस्टली फर अहिलेको लागि. वी हेभ सम क्लाइन्ट इन इन्डिया, वी हेभ क्लाइन्ट इन युएस. फोकस चाहिँ युएसमा छ अहिले, पहिला चाहिँ इन्डिया फोकस गरियो, तर विल टक अबाउट द्याट लेटर अन वाइ वी डिड नट डिसाइड टु डु इट इन इन्डिया. बट लाइक अहिले चाहिँ फोकस युएसमा छ. युएसको पनि केमा छ भनेदेखि तपाईँको कमर्सियल रियल इस्टेट भन्ने हुन्छ, लाइक किनकि युएसहरूमा त लाइक हाउसिङ इज अ भेरी बिग मार्केट, राइट. सो ओभर देयर दे just put that house for loan and then they take out the loan, they do the refurbishing of loans, right. So over there we are focusing on those market segment. Undarko insurance, undarko lending, we are focusing on this two market segment and we are going after that currently.
Okay. Ani मैले वेबसाइट हेर्दा फेरि चाहिँ you guys have quite a good brands who are taking your services. Baizu, worldको one of the biggest edtech company, हैन, Hitachi.
Yeah, so like we have Baizu, like I think currently they are not, they are just using one API from us. They are not using the complete API. The use case that they had came out with was extraction of information from bank statement. So उहाँको त्यो इमेज थियो के, like PDF फाइल भन्दा नि इमेज थियो. Because of that and later on they decided not to go down that path. किनकि there is a better way of getting like scores. At the end of the day बाइजुको लोन धेरै ठुलो हुँदैन नि त, 1 लाख 2 लाखको हुन्छ. So because of that they did not wanted to go with so much complication. So because of that they just use our KYC documents. But in case of Hitachi they use a bank statement. So उहाँको पनि like they have white label ATM. So like they use us to extract information from bank statement. More than that, I mean they are bigger brands, right. So because we are near to India, we know these two companies, but the major our client are something like arbor.com. Arbor.com भनेको US को listed company भयो, right. So we have national affiliate, right. Currently we have signed a lot of companies who are on their series A and B, right. So the POC is being currently run, right. So we are going after the enterprise space, right. So over there we are trying to focus on financial statement, right. Suppose कुनै पनि कम्पनीले तपाईले लोन लिनु पर्यो भनेदेखि कम्पनीले के लिन्छ, के माग्छ बैंकले भनेदेखि तपाईको P&L र ब्यालेन्स सिट त्यो हेरेपछि त सबै थाहा हुन्छ. एन्ड इन्फर्मेसन एक्सट्र्याक्सन फ्रम P&L एन्ड ब्यालेन्स इज भेरी डिफिकल्ट. इन्भोइस इज इजियर टास्क, बैंक स्टेटमेन्ट इज भेरी इजी.
Why it's difficult?
It's difficult because of two main reasons. The first one is variation is going to be extremely high किनकि प्रत्येक कम्पनीको आफ्नो भेरिएसन हुन्छ. एन्ड द इन्फर्मेसन द्याट यु हेभ टु एक्सट्र्याक्ट इज मोर कम्प्लिकेटेड. एक्जाम्पल तपाईँले इन्भोइसबाट इन्फर्मेसन एक्सट्र्याक्ट गर्नुभयो भने तपाईँले किन इन्भोइस नम्बर, डेट, सेलर नेम ग्रान्डोलो गर्नुहुन्छ, राइट. दिस इन्फर्मेसन ओन्ली. बट फाइनेन्सियल स्टेटमेन्टबाट इन्फर्मेसन निकाल्दाखेरि यु हेभ टु लाइक उनीहरूको आफ्नो चार्ट अफ एकाउन्टिङ हुन्छ. चार्ट अफ एकाउन्टिङ भनेको तपाईँले ब्यालेन्स सिट बनाउँदाखेरि कसैलाई एसेटमा राख्नुहुन्छ, कसैलाई लाइबिलिटीमा राख्नुहुन्छ, त्यसपछि कसैलाई लाइक दे आर डिफ्रेन्ट क्लासेस. सेम थिङ इज विथ P&L, राइट. P&L पनि लाइक यु हेभ सो मेनी एसेट, लाइबिलिटिज एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ. उनीहरूको चार्ट अफ एकाउन्टिङ जुन एक्सट्र्याक्सन गर्छ, फर्स्ट कुरा भनेको त्यो डकुमेन्टै मोर कम्प्लिकेटेड हो किनकि ट्याब्लो डाटा हो एन्ड इट्स मोर कम्प्लिकेटेड टु एक्सट्र्याक्ट गरिसकेपछि पनि तपाईँको जुन स्ट्यान्डर्डाइजेसन गर्नुपर्छ नि, जुन पार्ट स्ट्यान्डर्डाइजेसन हुन्छ, स्ट्यान्डर्डाइज गरिसकेपछि मात्रै ब्याङ्कले लाइक क्यान युज इट. मैले अघि ब्याङ्क स्टेटमेन्टको इक्जाम्पल दिएँ, राइट. ब्याङ्क स्टेटमेन्टको लागि म इम्पोर्टेन्ट कुरा के हो, मेरो स्यालेरी कति छ, मेरो अरू इएमआई छ कि छैन. सेम थिङ एप्लाइज टु फाइनेन्सियल स्टेटमेन्ट. उनीहरूलाई जान्नुपर्ने कुरा के हो, एसेट कति छ, लाइबिलिटी कति छ. अब कुनैले कग हेर्छ, राइट. सो कस्ट अफ लाइक आई अल्सो not sure, but it's a cost of like salary and it's a combination of few things over there. Marketing, salary, and I think it's combination of few of these things. So sabai kura first kura information extraction is difficult. Then after you do that standardization, standard format जुन चाहिँ उनीहरूलाई दिनुपर्ने हो त्यो इज डिफिकल्ट बिकज एभ्री कम्पनीज has different way of doing it.
हरेकको डिफ्रेन्ट स्ट्यान्डर्ड
डिफ्रेन्ट हुन्छ अनि त्यसलाई चाहिँ एउटा वी आर ट्राइङ टु मेक दिस इन्टु लाइक अ स्ट्यान्डर्ड चार्ट अफ एकाउन्टिङ. सो द्याट्स रिजन इज मोर डिफिकल्ट. कम्प्लेक्सिटी पनि भयो एन्ड बिकज अफ द्याट अन टप अफ द्याट गर्नुपर्ने कामहरूले गर्दा पनि इट इज मोर डिफिकल्ट अब त्यहाँ.
ओके. अनि यो तिमीले जस्तै फर इक्जाम्पल डेटा रिड गर्ने, त्यसलाई एनालिसिस गर्ने, त्यसलाई स्ट्यान्डर्डाइज गर्ने, अनि त्यसलाई भिजुअलाइज पनि गर्ने हो?
भिजुअलाइज चाहिँ हामी गर्दैनौँ, राइट. सो द्याट इज भेरी इन्ट्रेस्टिङ क्वेसन. भिजुअलाइज चाहिँ लाइक इफ यु सी फ्यु प्रोडक्टहरूले गर्छ, हामीले चाहिँ किन भिजुअलाइजेसन गर्दैन भनेदेखि युजली वी वान्ट टु बी लाइक एपिआई इन एपिआई आउट. सो बिकज लाइक आई टक्ड the companies that uses us are really big companies and they already have their own systems in place, right? उनीहरूको आफ्नै in-house system हुन्छ, नभए they use other system. त्यसमा मिसिङ पार्ट भनेको तपाईँको इन्फर्मेसन एक्सट्र्याक्सन मात्रै हो क्या, इन्फर्मेसन एक्सट्र्याक्सन एनालाइसिस जुन पार्ट. एन्ड दिस इज अ पार्ट वे वी वान्ट टु प्ले. इन्फर्मेसन एक्सट्र्याक्सन गरिसकेपछि भिजुलाइजेसन गर्ने इज अ भेरी मेन्युअल टास्क. आउट लाइक इट्स अ भेरी लाइक इट्स अ सबै काम गरिसकेपछि इट्स लाइक 2% अफ द टोटल टास्क.
देयर आर अलरेडी बिग कम्पनीज आर डुइङ इट हैन, जस्तै टेब्ल्यू, त्यसपछि एडभर्टिफाई भन्ने एउटा कति ठुलो कम्पनी, राम्रै इन्भेस्टमेन्ट लिएको कम्पनीहरू छन् भिजुअलाइजेसनमा चाहिँ.
या द्याट बट लाइक भिजुअलाइजेसन गर्दा पनि मोस्टली चाहिँ इन हाउस मात्रै हुन्छ कि, किनकि त्यो भिजुअलाइजेसन चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ नि, आइदर एक्सेलमा हुन्छ, किनकि दे अलरेडी हेभ अ टेम्प्लेट एन्ड दे डोन्ट वान्ट टु मुभ एक्सेल ब्याक टु वेब. टाइम आइसकेको छैन, मैले मुभ हुँदैन म अहिले भन्दिनँ, बट इट्स अल्सो अबाउट टाइम, राइट. सो अहिलेको लागि वाट पिपल रियली युज अस इज इन्फर्मेसन एक्सट्र्याक्सन, फिट इट इन्टु देयर मोडल. किनकि तपाईँको जुन एक्सेल बुकहरू उनीहरूको हुन्छ नि, उनीहरूको एक्सेल बुक 25 वर्ष 26 वर्ष अगाडिदेखि बिल्ड गरेर राखेको हो क्या. त्यो हाम्रो सिस्टममा लगाएर राख्नलाई इट्स भेरी डिफिकल्ट. एन्ड प्रत्येकको आफ्नो वे हुन्छ लोन, किनकि सबै ब्याङ्कको एनालाइज गर्ने लोन एनालाइज गर्ने मेकानिजम सेम हुँदैन नि त, एभ्रिथिङ हेज डिफरेन्स. बिकज अफ द्याट करेन्टली हाम्रो छैन होइन, करेन्टली वी डोन्ट ह्याभ इट, बट आवर जब इज टु एक्सट्र्याक्ट इन्फर्मेसन, यु क्यान रिभ्यू द्याट इन्फर्मेसन, everything is extracted. We give you certain matrices. Example, if you want to get some ratios on finance and asset by liability ko percent kati cha, right? So if you want to get all of this percent, we give you that, just the summary table. But visualization and everything, currently we don't provide it. Future ma cha, but currently like because it's also determined by customer needs, right? Customer lagi biggest pain point ke ho, उनीहरूको लागि बिगेस्ट पेन पोइन्ट इन्फर्मेसन एक्सट्र्याक्सन र स्ट्यान्डर्डाइजेसन हो भनेदेखि फोकस अन द्याट. वन्स यु हेभ द्याट रियली बिल्ड आउट, देन विल फोकस अन भिजुअलाइजेसन एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ.
दिस इज अल आर्टिफिसियल इन्टेलिजेन्स एन्ड मसिन लर्निङ.
इट्स अ कम्बिनेसन अफ बोथ. सो depending upon the document type, right? So example, I give you example of financial statement. Financial statement or भनेको is a combination of machine learning and AI and little bit of rule also, right? If I get something like forms, US मा के हुन्छ भने तपाईको एकर्ड फर्म भन्ने हुन्छ. एकर्ड फर्म भनेको सपोज इफ यु टेक दिस अफिस, राइट, यो अफिसको इन्सुरेन्स हुनुपर्छ क्या, फायर इन्सुरेन्स हुनुपर्छ, पर्सनल लाइबिलिटी इन्सुरेन्स हुनुपर्छ, एन्ड इट्स लाइक अ कम्पलसरी. इफ यु डोन्ट ह्याभ द्याट, लाइक फर्स्ट कुरा लोन लाइक रेन्टमा दिँदैन, अनि सेकेन्ड कुरा भनेको लाइक ब्याङ्कले लोन दिँदैन. बिकज इफ यु हेभ टेकन द होम लोन, कि युजली के हुन्छ भने होम लोन लिने बेला घरको इन्सुरेन्स पनि गर्नुपर्छ. युएसमा चाहिँ लाइक दिस काइन्ड अफ थिङ्स इज रियली स्टेक. सो बिकज अफ द्याट रेन्टमा लिने बेला लाइक यु हेभ टु हेभ लट अफ इन्सुरेन्स. सो बिकज अफ द्याट दोज फर्म्सहरू वी डोन्ट युज एआई, राइट. If it is easier to solve the problem using rule-based system, we use rule-based system. If the problem is easily solved by machine learning, we use machine learning. Right. So one of the thing and one of the philosophy I have with my all of my employee, and I make sure that they understand when I do the hiring is, don't take a tank to kill a bird. If you need to kill a bird, you can use catapulter, right? So हाम्रो case पनि exactly same, okay? Sometimes we take a tank, we use AI, ML, we use everything to solve the problem. Sometimes if the problem is very simple, we even use rule-based system, right? So it's a combination of everything. So that's one other thing that I have to be very careful with people is सबैजना AI गर्ने भन्ने आउँछ कि, and I want to use AI, I want to use deep learning, I want to use a very complicated system भन्छ. No, right? Learn how to solve the problem, right? So that is also the philosophy we have at Docsumo, and that is how we are like managing the team and everything. Like problem solving, it really depends. Like it's a combination of everything. Maybe we'll go into detail about one use case later on, like kaha AI huncha, kaha rule based system huncha, kaha like huncha ni ML huncha. Maybe we'll go a bit more detail later on, but like that is my philosophy on solving the problem.
Interesting. Don't use a tank to kill a bird.
Yeah.
That is something I'm going to take away. अर्को मलाई एकदमै खतरा लागेको छ, जस्तै फर इक्जाम्पल मैले लिङ्कडिनमा हेर्दाखेरि र वेबसाइटमा हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ तिमीले के लेखेको छ भन्दाखेरि यु गाइज रेज्ड इन्भेस्टमेन्ट अफ 3.9 million, विच इज अराउन्ड लाइक 55 करोड होइन. कुड यु वाक अस थ्रु अबाउट द होल प्रोसेस, के हो कसो, एन्ड एज अ नेपाली कम्पनी गेटिङ दिस मच अफ इन्भेस्टमेन्ट, द थिङ्स द्याट यसको बारेमा अलिक हामीलाई डिटेल दिनु
Sure. Okay, so just to be clear, two things. The main company who raised the funding is a Singapore company. Docsumo is a Singapore company for legal reason and everything, because funding and everything, Nepalma funding, Uthamla and everything is difficult. And also my co-founder is Rushabh, who is from India, right? So he's a CEO, I'm the CTO for the company. So the company is based out of Singapore. Funding or like we receive over there. Even if you think about it, India company हामीले funding उठाएको हैन. When it's very easy for me to have a company in India, and also it's very easy for Rushabh to have a company in India, but it's still I'm a company Singapore ma cha. The reason for that is a lot of legal issues over there. Like it's still like friendly छैन. If you look into Nepal's easiness of doing business, हामी 100 हो कि कतिमा छ. India is like 60 or something ma cha, right? So to be clear, the company is in Singapore, but the tech, right, the backend and everything, the engineers who built it over here have been built it from Nepal. Majority of them are from Nepal till now. I'll come to that later on why I told till now. के छ भने Rushabh and I, like, let's start with from the beginning, right? किनकि त्यो फन्डिङ को भन्दा अगाडि like
story कसरी भेट्यो तिमीहरु?
This is an interesting story. So like after I finished my bachelor's, right, like I always wanted to do, like on bachelor there is a subject called operation research भन्ने हुन्छ. operation research मा एउटा टपिक थियो, like the topic was this. There's a problem statement, and let me say a farmer has a plot of land, and you have to decide the plot of land मा चाहिँ कति के उगाउने, राइट? यतिमा आलु उगाउने, किनकि सबैको कन्स्टेन्ट हुन्छ नि त, कस्टको कन्स्टेन्ट हुन्छ, सबैको कुरा हुन्छ,
अपर्चुनिटी कस्ट हुन्छ,
there are a lot of things, कति टाइम लाग्छ के हुन्छ. सो एउटा प्रब्लम थियो, there was a subject in 7th semester operation research भन्ने. त्यसमा प्रब्लम मलाई हाम्रो असाइनमेन्ट के दिनुभएको थियो भनेदेखि, like farmer has a piece of land and he has this constant, what is the optimal solution, what should I त्यसमा के प्लान गर्ने भनेर. And that really fascinated me. Right, that problem really fascinated me, and because of that I looked a bit more into operation research and everything, and I realized that I have to do operation research. Like this is something like I really want to do for like how much time, like because I have done a lot of things in past, like के हुन्छ भनेदेखि एउटा काम गर्न मन लाग्छ, I do it for 1 or 2 years, then I leave it. I don't know how long it was going to go, but मलाई के गर्नु थियो, ब्याचलर पास गरिसकेपछि मलाई operation research गर्नुपर्ने थियो. operation research गर्नको लागि you need data, right? You need large amount of data, and the only company that was there was Kemo भक्कर सुरु भएको थियो.
This was back in 2015.
Right, भक्कर Kemo सुरु भएको थियो. Kemo को एडहरु I think जताततै एडहरु आउँथ्यो, and then it was a very nascent company, right? When I joined, I think it was 40 people. I applied over there, right? I was accepted as a logistic manager. I applied for business intelligence, but they told me that business intelligence ma काम गर्नलाई at least 1 month, like 1 year को experience, 2 years को experience हुनुपर्छ भने, which I did not had, right? I was just fresh out of college. मलाई Excel पनि राम्रो आउँदैन त्यति बेला. I applied for business intelligence. I told that I could do it, but unfortunately at that point they told that they could not do it, but you guys can look into like logistic. किनकि logistic manager like Avinash is very good friend of mine, right? So he has left for like Australia जान भनेर उसले छोडेको थियो, and so because of that like they needed logistic manager. They saw my portfolio, my senior was Jay Patel, he took my interview, he really liked me, and he told me, okay, this guy can do logistic manager, give me a logistic manager. I went over there, and then my aim was always that, right? So I used to say to Jay, right, logistic manager, I'll do it, I can do it, I know it, but BI is what I really want to do it. So let me do BI, like logistic manager for like half a time, and for half a time I'll learn things on BI. So about after 2 or 3 months, Avinash, unfortunately his visa got something, he came back. So because of that, and then I asked Jay, right, now the Avinash is here, there's no role for me, right? Like no, there's no role for me. Like, are you looking into firing me and everything? It was like, no, right? You are really good at things. Look into BI. Right. Finally. So after like 2 months, he told me like look into BI. Like he helped me with a lot of things. That is why I think I have realized it's very important to have a very good mentor at the beginning of your career, because they can really change your trajectory of your path, right? So I have very good mentor like Jay. Like he was really good to me, right? So okay. Anyway, we're going around the circle, but let me come back to this one. So over there, I did BI, and I always wanted to do like master गर्न जाने, like plan के थियो नि master गर्न जाने विदेश तर operation research. 2 of my friends have gone over there, like उनीहरू पनि operation research and everything. उनीहरूले त्यही पढ्नु भयो.
ब्याचलर के थियो?
Industrial engineering.
कहाँबाट गरे तिमीले?
Taptaliबाट, right? So like I went over there, like I started walking, and then Rushabh also joined the Doers only after like my co-founder.
No,
he came from, he's also from IIM. So IIM and IIT, like I think from here. So he came over here as a head of sales. So once he landed over here, we were just having a conversation. I was in BI, so we were working very closely with a lot of data and everything. One thing that clicked between me and him is we always wanted to do something of our own. Right? Like China, the happening mom like bound like this person is not going to do a job for very long, right? So he want to have like company or everything, right? So that is what my mom always says, right? I knew it from the very beginning. Whatever, I don't believe it, but like over there, like I think that clicked. He also really wanted to do things, and I also really wanted to do things. So over there we did a lot of experiment. Kimuko केसमा के थियो भन्दाखेरि नेपालबाट चाहिँ मार्केटिङ हुँदैन थियो। त्यति बेला के थियो भने सबै मार्केटिङ नेपालबाट सेलरहरू थियो, वेबसाइटदेखि लिएर मार्केटिङ सबै पाकिस्तानले चलाउँथ्यो कि पाकिस्तानले चलाइसकेपछि रुसबेन आई लाइक बिकज दे वर स्पेन्डिङ सर्टेन अमाउन्ट अफ मनी, राइट? एन्ड वी रियली फेल्ट द्याट वी कुड डु इट बेटर. टु बी फ्र्याङ्क, लाइक वी थट द्याट we could do marketing better than what Nepal. So Rushabh had his card because he's from India. He could do marketing. So what we did is Instant Deal भन्ने एउटा पेज छ. You guys also can check it right now. Instant Deal भन्ने फेसबुकमा पेज छ. We during that time नेपालमा त्यो ट्रेन्डै थिएन क्या, लाइक फेसबुक एड चलाउने यताउति भन्ने थिएन. सो इन्स्टेन्ट डिल भन्नेमा वी डिड ड्रप सिपिङ. टु बी फ्र्याङ्क, वी जस्ट डिड अ ड्रप सिपिङ किनकि हामीसँग सेलरहरू थियो, राइट? वी जस्ट टोल्ड देम द माबदेको 30वटा अर्डर दिनको दियो भनेदेखि उनीहरूले मजाले प्रोडक्ट दिन्छ किनकि 30वटा अर्डर भनेको त धेरै हो नि, होइन? पर डे. त्यति बेला स्मार्ट वाच, भक्कै स्मार्ट वाचको ट्रेन आइरहेको थियो 3000 को. द्याट पर्सन वाज गिभिङ अस फर 2000. हामीले 2500 राखेर बेच्न सुरु गऱ्यौँ. वी सोल्ड इट लाइक इन्सेन. वी वर गेटिङ लाइक फर स्पेन्डिङ 100 रुपिज वी वर गेटिङ 1 अर्डर.
नाइस.
It was like insane.
400 rupees faida.
Yeah, so like, and like no headache, right? Even if there is a defect, the seller was going to exchange, right? So we had zero issues over there. So we did it. We really had a very fabulous, like it was more of an experiment. Like Kimuko rule के थियो भन्दाखेरि you're not supposed to have a you cannot be a seller if you are an employee. So they have an internal policy. But over there it was because you were head of sales, I was head of BI. We were more on experimenting. पैसा कमाउने भन्ने ठुलो कुरा थिएन के. We just wanted to experiment किनकि मार्केटिङ यहाँबाट हुँदैन. Let's all do over there भनेर. So coming to because of that, like that's how we click in, right? We
दुई जनाको चाहिँ एकदमै क्लिकिङ चाहिँ राम्रो भयो.
Yeah, त्यो भयो. त्यसपछि like Rushabh like went back. He worked here for 1 year and then he went back to like Myanmar on a different company called Eva Jobs, job portal हो, May Jobs जस्तै. He went there as a country manager. I was here and then like over there. Yeah, I was in Kemu only. And Kemuमा के थियो भन्दाखेरि I always wanted to go abroad. To be frank, like the मान्छे like actually the किरा थियो क्या, लाइक हुन्छ नि मलाई बाहिर जानु छ भनेर. So I went like opportunity came on the same company that Rushabh was working on. Like I just saw the posting and then like अनि Rocket, because all of this company were Rocket Internet, right? So Kemu पनि Rocket Internet को, Eva Jobs पनि Rocket Internet को. अनि internal policy के छ भन्दाखेरि you cannot poach employees between people. So if I find that job, I can apply, but someone cannot recommend me that job.
Hey.
So because of that, like it was really tricky position, but but on that case, like in that case, what you call, anyway, I found that job because I was following Rushabh on the LinkedIn and everything. So he had liked that job and everything. I found it. So I applied, and then the Mark and Kais was the head of what do you call, in Eva Jobs, she was the head of Asia, and then Mark was the business intelligence over there. I applied for junior data scientist because त्यो टाइममा म business intelligence बाट उसमा के अरे data science लागिसकेको थिएँ किनकि I knew that was the future, right? And like I really liked it because it was the thing that I always wanted to do, analysis and everything. So I was just doing that. I gave the interview. They told me come to Myanmar. I was like, why not, right? Like, to be frank, salary थिएन, like salary was not that high. It was more than what I was earning in Nepal, but looking at retrospect, like I knew like I could have got more salary. त्यो टाइममा पनि मलाई थाहा थियो I could have easily got very good salary किनकि remote job हो पनि ठिकै थियो. But always that having that मेरो आफ्नो एउटा apartment होस्, हैन? The offer they made me is that they'll give me a salary and they also give me like about $400 to have an apartment, right? So as long as I get an apartment that is $4,000, they'll give me
4,000 ki 400. 400,
sorry.
Monthly
for apartment, like final, like out of salary. I was like, why not? Like I just jumped in the plane. I just went over there. Like I set up everything on my I started that life fresh, right? कोही पनि छैन केही पनि छैन. So we did that for I did that for 1 year, but त्यो गर्दाखेरि मलाई like Mark, who was my what you call senior on there, I had told him that I'm not going to renew my contract, right? Contract चाहिँ म renew गर्दिनँ.
Contract 1 वर्ष थियो.
1 वर्षको थियो. I don't want to do more than 1 year. किनकि 2 वर्ष किमा काम गरिसकेको थिएँ त्यो बेला. 1 वर्ष 3 वर्ष is enough. त्यहाँ बढी काम गरेर म like एज छ, this is the time to take risks. Right, so त्यो मेरो प्लान थियो, and I had made it clear. And unfortunately or fortunately, I would say, Evojobs shut down their operation in Myanmar. About 9 months भइसकेपछि 2 month को उनीहरूले टाइम दिएर उनीहरूले के भन्यो भने अब हामी we have to sort it down because रकेटको I think they went into IPO. उनीहरूको जुन मोडल थियो अलिक काम गरिरहेको थिएन, right? So that's the reason they sold it to दराज. केमुला पनि दराजमा सेल गरेको कारण पनि त्यही हो. अनि Evojobs and a lot of portals they closed it down. And then I had some offers from Singapore and also from from Indonesia. किनभनेदेखि Khais and Mark and everyone, when you lay off the people, like it's a very difficult thing, right? So they had really worked hard to like set up the interviews. मैले के भनेको थिएँ नि, I'll not take interviews because I'm planning to come back to Nepal. And मलाई अहिलेसम्म पनि मैले गएको छैन, but कालापत्ता जाने इच्छा छ क्या. I like doing hiking. So I have told them like I'll not do it, but they were like, see the option, right? You are being lay off, like you don't want to go, like you can go back to Nepal, but like see the option, right? के हुन्छ हेर्दैमा भने. So I took few interviews over there, got the offer, but exactly same time actually Rushabh and I made Rushabh and I like we're talking together and we told okay, data science ko feel hard, so if I want to do something, let's do it now. Rushabh company, he was working on the same company, it got shut down. He was also not looking for options. He's from IIT IIM, he can easily get the jobs, right? That's my issue there. Like for both of us, getting job was never an issue. So because of that, I told okay, I'm not going to do any job, let me come back. And then over here we started a company called Arts Analytics, yeah. So over there, like we used to do data science consulting for companies, right? We got a very good project like Fright OS, one of the companies. They I think currently they also debuted their IPOs on $500 million and everything. So we got client like that because based on my portfolio and the way Rushabh wrote the email, we got very good clients over there. So Arts Analytics भन्ने company खोल्यौँ. त्यो कम्पनी किन खोलेको भन्दा चाहिँ लाइक वी न्यू द्याट सर्भिसमा पैसा छ, क्यास काउ हो क्या. सर्भिस इज अ क्यास काउ, इट्स अ भेरी गुड थिङ. तर द आइडिया वाज अलवेज टु हेभ आवर ओन प्रोडक्ट. So because of that, every time what we used to do is we used to write our ideas. So every time we face a problem or we think that this is a good idea, we used to make a idea bank. So the Google Sheet all about 10 different ideas we used to write together. And then we did it for about 6 months. And 6 months पछि के realize भयो going from service company to a product company is a very difficult transition. The reason for that is service is a cash cow. Right? You always get money, right? You get money upfront. Like this case, product is a very risky, right?
Cash burning machine.
It's a cash burning machine, right? You don't know what will happen. So after 6 months and everything, we applied for Y Combinator. Like I even had 2 interviews of Y Combinator in Bangalore, right? I have given 2 interviews over there. So we told to ourselves, as analytics, we are going to sort it down, and then we are going to start like a company. We did not know what.
Your analytical company ma cha kacha employee थियो?
So we had about 6 employees over there.
So all data scientists.
All data scientists.
Based in Nepal.
And based in Nepal.
Okay.
So that time it was just based in Nepal. Rushabh was looking into sales, marketing भन्ने केही पनि थिएन. Like Rushabh does sales and everything, deliverables. My task was
India was तिम्रो नेपालमा बसेर your task was to deliver the operation.
Yeah, and I think we really delivered more than 25 projects over there. Right, it was a very good thing. अलिकति पैसा बैंकमा थियो, right? And then Rushabh and I were like, okay, let's do things. And then after about 8 months, we stopped taking any projects. Target के थियो भन्दा within the year we got into a startup school. Startup school चाहिँ YC को एउटा प्रोग्राम हो. भक्क पहिलो वर्ष उनीहरूले ब्याच सुरु गरेको थियो इन्डियामा, होइन युएसमा सुरु गरेको थियो. अनि उनीहरूले के भन्दा नि YC जानुभन्दा अगाडि जुन कम्पनीहरूलाई सिक्नु छ, राइट, लेट्स पुट देम इन्टु YC स्कुल्स एन्ड देन लेट देम डु 8 weeks अफ त्यसमा के पनि थिएन क्या, नो स्ट्रिङ एट्याच, दे आर नट टेकिङ एनी. अहिले पनि छ त्यो प्रत्येक वर्ष हुन्छ अहिले पनि स्टार्टअप स्कुल, यु क्यान चेक इट आउट. सो उनीहरूले चाहिँ के गर्छ नि, उनीहरूले सिकाउँछ लाइक हाउ टु बिल्ड प्रोडक्ट एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ. सो दे इफ यु आर अन US देन यु क्यान इभन एटेन्ड देयर प्रोग्राम लाइभ तर हाम्रो लागि त लाइभ थिएन सो वी कुड जस्ट लाइक सी द रेकर्डेड वान सो लाइक त्यो प्रोग्राममा गइसकेपछि वान अफ आवर मेन्टर आई फरगट द एक्ज्याक्ट द नेम ही वाज फ्रम ब्राउजर स्ट्याक करेन्टली इज वर्किङ अन गुगल सरी आई फरगट द नेम बट लाइक द्याट गाई टोल्ड टु अस राइट यु गाइज ओन्ली हेभ 1 KPI त्यसमा इम्पोर्टेन्ट कुरा के थियो भने एउटा यु हेभ टु मेक 1 KPI भनेको थियो कि अनि हामीले वी टक अबाउट लट अफ प्रोजेक्ट्स लाइक के गर्ने कसो गर्ने भनेर डकुमेन्ट प्रोसेसिङ वाज वान अफ द थिङ द्याट वी वर्क अन द्याट पर्सन टोल्ड मी लाइक फर्गेट एभ्रिथिङ यु विल नट बिल्ड दिस प्रोडक्ट तिमीको लागि जम्मा एउटा KPI दिन्छु KPI के हो भनेदेखि हाउ मेनी विक्स बिफोर यु आर अ प्रोडक्ट कम्पनी
हाउ मेनी
विक्स बिफोर यु आर अ प्रोडक्ट कम्पनी
विक्स भनेको
कति विक्स बाँकी छ तिम्रो प्रोडक्ट कम्पनी भन्नलाई
ओके त्यो एनालिटिक्स कम्पनीबाट
Yeah, when are you going to like shut down your service and be a product zero? Like you should not have any service
at all.
That is your KPI, right? If you cannot do it, then you'll never be a product company, right? And we have to take a very
big decision.
Big decision, right? Little bit of money bank ma cha, employees cha, and then he's saying, "Oh, can you shut the service down?" At that point, Rushabh and I sat down, and for Rushabh and I, the decision has been always very simple. The way we take a decision is that we always say, what is the worst case that can happen? Worst case भनेको 6 months lai पुग्ने money bank मा छ. It will shut down. We'll make sure that employee have at least 2 months को severance pay, which is also good experience for them. And then Rushabh and I can always start, right? One of the I mean, this is a very cheesy line, but I like to use it. The the reason bird can sleep on those branch is that it's never off its wings, right? It's a cheesy line, but I take it always.
It's not the branch that they bet on, it's the wings that they bet on.
And that was like always my philosophy, right? So even if Docsumo goes down, then मलाई 3-4 लाखको त्यति बेरको टाइममा 3-4 लाखको उस गर्नै गाह्रो थिएन because I have proven it on service. So Rushabh also has the same thing, right? He is from IIT. उसलाई के गाह्रो छ जब पाउनलाई.
So यो चाहिँ तिमीहरूको एनालिटिक्स कम्पनी बन्द के अरे फेजमा नै तिमीहरू यस्तो काइन्ड अफ प्रोडक्टमा क्लियर थियो कस्तो काइन्ड अफ प्रोडक्ट बिल्ड गर्ने भनेर
त्यो थिएन त्यो चाहिँ थिएन त्यो आई वाज गोइङ टु स्टार्टअप स्कुल त्यो अब देयर वी टुक अ डिसिजन विल बिल्ड प्रोडक्ट के बिल्ड प्रोडक्ट थाहा छैन यो 12वटा मध्ये एउटा ट्राई पनि गर्न सक्छ
12वटा चाहिँ के थियो तिनीहरु
डिफरेन्ट आइडियाज थियो एउटा सिबी म्याचिङको थियो
बैंक आइडिया बैंक
त्यहाँबाट एउटा आइडिया ट्राई गर्ने भनेर सो द्याट इज लाइक after 8 weeks that guy really gave us gave us that thing and we told okay we'll take the decision किनकि अहिले हामी गएन भने कहिले गर्ने किनकि वन्स त्यो सर्भिस भनेको रिसेन्टली एउटा लाइक ट्विट पनि भएको थियो नि त्यहाँ मैले पोस्ट पनि गरेको थिएँ सर्भिस कम्पनी कसैले पनि नेपालमा सर्भिस कम्पनी सुरु गरेर म प्रोडक्ट कम्पनी दिन लाग्छु भनेदेखि आई वुड से नो फ्रम डे 1 आई वुड से नो बिकज actually it's a quicksand, right? पैसा आइरहेको छ इम्प्लोइ छ लाइक इट्स भेरी डिफिकल्ट हाम्रो केसमा बिकज लाइक आई न्यू द्याट द पिपल वी आर वर्किङ विथ मेरो केसमा के छ भने एभ्री वान इज गोइङ लाइक वे प्लानिङ फर युएस सो आई वाज अल्सो नट टु मच वरिड अबाउट माई इम्प्लोइ बिकज दे वर प्लानिङ फर युएस एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ एनिवे राइट सो बिकज अफ द्याट लाइक लट अफ थिङ्स वर्क फर अस टु बी फ्रेङ्क सो द्याट इज हाउ वी स्टार्टेड लाइक सो वी स्टार्टेड एन्ड डकुमेन्ट एआई द रिजन वी शुड डकुमेन्ट एआई वाज 2018 or 19 मा चाहिँ के भइरहेको थियो भनेदेखि कम्प्युटर भिजन र एनएलपी चाहिँ दे वर कम्बाइनिङ त्योभन्दा अगाडि चाहिँ आइदर यु डु एनएलपी अर यु डु कम्प्युटर भिजन राइट दुइटै कम्बाइन भइसकेको थिएन कि यो जुन प्रब्लम हामीले सल्भ गरिरहेको छ नि त्यो सल्भ गर्नलाई चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने यु विल ह्याभ टु कम्बाइन दिस टु थिङ्स इफ यु क्यानट कम्बाइन दिस टु थिङ्स एन्ड देन इन्फर्मेसन एक्सट्र्याक्सन इज गोइङ टु बी भेरी डिफिकल्ट किनकि इन्भोइस हेर्दाखेरि तपाईँले के हेर्नुहुन्छ यु विल अल्सो लुक इन द लाइक भिजुअल क्ल्यू पनि हेर्नुहुन्छ बिकज इफ आई जस्ट गिभ यु त्यो इन्भोइसलाई जस्ट टेक्स्ट मात्रै बनाएर मैले तपाईँलाई दिएँ भनेदेखि यो इन्भोइस नम्बर कुन हो भनेर फिगर आउट गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ बट इट्स रियली ट्रिकी अन अल द केसेस लाइक 70% केसमा युल बी एबल टु फिगर इट आउट बिकज इन्भोइस वर्ड होला यताउति होला तर अरू केसमा युल नट बी एबल टु फिगर इट आउट यु निड पोजिसन इन्फर्मेसन एन्ड द्याट अल्सो सो 2019 मा चाहिँ लाइक वी जस्ट रियलाइज द्याट दिस इन्डस्ट्री इज गोइङ टु पिक अप right and then we thought okay let's bet on this one. It's a big business enterprise haru sabai lai chahiन्छ everyone is moving digital so that is there are a lot of factors एउटा टक छ AIML भन्ने नेपाल भन्ने एउटा ग्रुप छ त्यसमा एउटा टक छ रुसब has given that talk regarding एउटा हामीले चाँडै थियो कि एउटा म्याट्रिक्स छ के कुन प्रब्लम सल्भ गर्ने भनेर स्कोरिङ छ क्या हामीले कतिको सजिलो छ. Do I really see myself doing it for 5 years?
Do people want to pay for it?
lot of things, right? It has a matrix. I forgot exactly matrix. So you guys can check it out. AIML Nepal ko YouTube channel ma cha. So there's a talk like we made that matrix and document AI came at the first, and we told okay, let's start with that. We started with that. We spent the money that we had. We stopped taking salary after 4 months because हाम्रो केसमा के थियो भन्दाखेरि हाम्रो केसमा we always make sure that like एउटा एनुअल बोनस भनेर जहिले पनि कम्पनीले छुट्टाएको हुन्छ कि लाइक यु हेभ नम्बर स्यालेरी हाम्रो 10 बोनस हो त त्यो हुँदैन पर्फर्मेन्स बोनस भनेर स्यालेरी लाइक 1 वर्ष सकिसकेपछि वी गेभ अ लम्सम एमाउन्ट त्यो केस हाम्रो इम्प्लोइको पनि थियो एन्ड कम्पनी इज गोइङ डाउन राइट वी आर नट टेकिङ स्यालेरी कम्पनी इज गोइङ डाउन बाँकी आई थिङ्क 3 जना इम्प्लोइ बाँकी थियो मसँग 4 जना इम्प्लोइ लाइक वन्स यु डु सर्भिस सो कोही युएस गए कोही छोडे त्यसपछि वी डिड नट हायर किनकि
यो त सबै डेटा साइन्टिस्ट थिए यो प्रोडक्ट बनाउनलाई मतलब के एकदमै हार्डकोर प्रोग्रामर चाहियो इट वाज अल मे राइट सो इट लिटरली लाइक इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चरदेखि लिएर लाइक फ्रन्ट एन्ड मैले गइनँ फ्रन्ट एन्ड आई गट समन एल्स बट द होल थिङ आई लर्न्ड द्याट इज अ वान थिङ लाइक आई हेभ रियलाइज that if you really put effort you will be able to do anything right like so I come from industrial engineering right I don't come from like I'm a programmer right but I will build the whole backend like of that because there was no one else to do it right so coming back to the story so over there there were like 3 people over there and then paisa chaina client chaina 2 month ko लागि पैसा मागेछ after I think about 4 or 5 months product ma switch gaisikeपछि I call them and I tell them like we only have money for 2 months right you guys plan what के गर्ने भनेर we'll give you your bonus right think it this way हामीले salary खाएको छैन but I'll give you the bonus even if like company is going down I will make sure that we'll give you the bonus right the reason we said that is के भनेको थियो भनेदेखि when I make promise to people, right, I like to keep it as long as I can. 100%.
And then because of that money, there was like as a family, I come from very middle class family and everything. But the thing is that my Myanmar gएको थियो अलिकति पैसा थियो like family मा issue थिएन पैसाको किनकि भाइ was studying, dad was earning, so त्यति issue थिएन like that money would not have made any difference for me. So we told them तिमीको bonus चाहिँ हामी दिन्छौँ even if the company is going down, whatever we have promised, we'll give you 2 month को extra salary हुन्छ. You guys start looking for a job, and then. Fortunately, right, after 1 month, these guys had not looked for any job. Although anyway, US channel when I apply they were not looking keen in like doing things and everything. So that is, I think, I have been really lucky with people. I think one other thing about me is I have been lucky with a lot of things, like knowing rules of getting good employees at the very beginning, even now, right, getting people. So after 1 month, we got into Barclays Tech Star. Right, so we were applying for accelerator and everything. We did not get into YC, so I forgot to tell you the story. After that startup school, we applied for YC for 2 years. We were shortlisted and called for interview. Interview is Bangalore ma hune wala थियो, right? So like I forgot that who took our interview, but both of them are like billionaires, right? I vividly remember their like face and everything, but I'm really bad with names. Right, one of the thing about me is I'm really bad with names. I really butcher names. So I think it's like Calvin or someone. So they took an interview. When I go back and think about how we answer it, like I would not have even taken ourselves into YC. So we got rejected from YC 2 times, right? Then after that, we applied for Barclays Tech Star. Two time like Patience, one of the companies that way I talked about banking statement, they had faith on us. Rusapo connection by Park with the company. They told us that if you guys can build Populous one of the companies in Dama, they have built banking statement, right? Banking statement extraction. They are building it for 5 years. Populous if you can build that in 3 months, I'll give you 100K.
As a like subscribe गरेस् त.
Yeah. Like I'll give you money upfront 100K म तिमीलाई दिन्छु हैन if you prove me that you can build it म तिमीलाई 100K दिन्छु हैन 3 months मा the time that they gave us was 3 months. The product that company has been building is for last 5 years. Recently they got raised 6.56 I think their valuation is more than 500 million or more. They recently raised 60 million. So we told yes. Why not? we can do it. We took that, and based on that, like we got into Backless Techstar. Then we got other funding initial round of like 400K. Then after like 1 year and 2 years, after that the selling was not smooth, but money was no longer a problem, right? When the money is no longer a problem, you can do a lot of things.
100%.
Right? So that is how we got it started. So we did that. After that, we had customers like Arver.com, Bunny, National Affiliate. They were using our product, and we're not in a mood to raise funding. One of the things that I tell everyone is, Nepalko company जुन हाम्रो 15 जनाको company छ नि, 15 जनाको team, when I was doing that funding, 15 जनाको team थियो, that was running on one US Silicon Valley को developer को salary मा. The whole company is running in one single one Silicon Valley को developer को salary मा. So because of that, like we were really cash burn धेरै कम थियो के, किनकि हामीले higher level को अब hiring हरू गएको थिएन. We were break even. The 3.5 million funding उठाउनु भन्दा अगाडि we were break even. We are not looking into going out in the market to do any kind of funding. The client were using our product, and client had the investment firm, and they told me that I want to put money into you guys. Right? Product is good. We really like your product. Like, do you want to take our money? We were like, all money is green. Why not?
So your client got converted into investor. Yeah,
like the money that came through. Like, I think one of the thing about us is like, fundraising is a very tedious process. It's like 80% of the time for 3 months is gone. Right, because the thing is that I'm looking to back end, right? I look into tech and everything, but we need people on sales also, right? And Usab was a solo sales person till then. I do have few people to help him, but he was and
तिमीलाई एउटा कुरा काट्यो है, यो धेरै टेक्निकल मान्छेहरूले चाहिँ सेल्सलाई खासै इम्पोर्टेन्स दिँदैन नि हैन, लाइक तिमीलाई के लाग्छ यो एकदम आउट अफ द कन्टेक्स्ट मैले क्वेशन सोधे तिमीलाई?
I would say like that is one thing I that's realize. मैले के रियलाइज गरेको थिएँ भन्दाखेरि tech is what sells, right? So if you have a very good tech, it's going to sell. Bullshit. You really need to know how to sell. It do not matter who you are. You do not matter like you are really good to like, because I have seen it now, like after 3 years I realize अगाडि के लाग्थ्यो भन्दाखेरि like टेक हो, सेल गर्ने टेक हो जस्तो लाग्छ. No, you should know how to sell it. मलाई एक्जाम्पल किन यो भनेको भन्दाखेरि everyone should know how to sell it, from developer to manager, anyone, right? So sell भनेको product मात्रै सेल गर्ने हैन के.
You are also selling your skill set. एउटा job interview मा you are selling your skill set.
Yeah, and the company is selling their vision, right? Example, हाम्रो जुन sales pipeline छ नि, we treat our hiring also exactly like our sales pipeline. जसरी सेल्समा like you do outbound, you make sure that you give them यो यस्तो छ भनेर, अहिले टेक हायरिङ गर्दा पनि we have to do exactly same thing. You are selling the company.
You are selling a dream.
You are selling a dream, right? You are selling a company. So that is the time that I realized that even on the product side, that is also one of the concepts that I tell my engineers, right? And I don't know, like I can say it in front of camera or not. And this is from 2.5 Men. I really like it. No one gives a tiny rat ass about your tech. It should be solving your problem. 100%. The client is not going to use your product and say that, oh, it's my AI, ML, yo cha tebara, like even if if it sucks, I'm going to use it. They will never ever say that.
They're only concerned about ele mero kun problem solve garera ko cha.
Yeah.
And if you're solving a problem, the market is going to reward you with money.
Yeah. And then the second thing is, and this is quite interesting, and the reason I told you this is that we have APIs, right? Like invoice API. Someone is paying $1, someone is paying 6 cents. Same API, के difference है ना?
तिमीहरूको 6 cent कि
US को 6 cent. So one client is paying 6 cents, next client is paying $1.
Why?
Because of the value. तो information extraction गरेर उनीहरूले कुन side छ, right? So this is also like quite important. Suppose if you are extracting the information to increase your revenue, then they will be willing to pay higher amount.
Okay.
If they are looking at it as a cost center, they are trying to reduce the cost. Example, accounting फर्महरूको लागि इन्भोइस प्रोसेसिङ गर्नु भनेको कस्ट रिड्युस गर्नु हो हैन. बट लेट मी से इफ आइम गोइङ अ लोन गर्दा पनि इन्भोइसिङ युज गर्नुपर्छ हैन. लोन कति हुन्छ? 1 million 2 million को लोन हुन्छ हैन. त्यो लोन दिनलाई दे विल ह्याभ टु कलेक्ट 1000 इन्भोइस. अब त्यो 1000 इन्भोइस कलेक्ट गरिसकेपछि एनालाइज गर्ने कसले हो? लाइक अन्डरराइटर हो. अन्डरराइटर आर एक्सपेन्सिभ. देयर टाइमको पनि भ्यालु हुन्छ नि त.
एकदम.
सो एक्जाम्पल, इफ अ कम्पनी इज प्रोसेसिङ अ इन्भोइस इन फिलिपिन्स, they will not pay more than 10 cents, right? किनकि मान्छेले like
गरिदिन्छ 10 सेन्टमा
30-40 सेन्टमा गइरहेको छ भनेदेखि they will not pay less 10 cents. But if I am processing everything in the US and I see that value, security चाहिन्छ. There are a lot of other things also, not just that, but like enterprise grade को security चाहिन्छ. And then you will pay $1. Right? So that's the thing. That's the reason when I say like,
I like it how you said it. If your product is helping them to save money, they'll look it from a different perspective. If your product is helping them to make more money, they'll look it from a different perspective, and that's where you make more money, right? Yeah. So helping someone else to make money will make you more money.
That's exactly the same thing. So basically, like because document processing पनि 3-4 कुरा हुन्छ के, like कुन टाइपको डकुमेन्ट प्रोसेसिङ गर्ने भनेर एउटा डकुमेन्ट प्रोसेसिङ गर्ने लोजिस्टिक भन्ने प्रोसेस लोजिस्टिक लाइक लोजिस्टिकमा के हुन्छ नि बिल अफ लेडिङ भन्ने हुन्छ के. इट्स लाइक अ इन्भोइस बट लाइक इट्स अ डिफरेन्ट काइन्ड अफ डकुमेन्ट युजुअली युज फर when you do when you send it when you like जब सामान कुरियर गर्नुपर्छ बिल अफ लेडिङ युज हुन्छ. The reason we don't want to look into bill of lading or we are not put too much focus on the bill of lading is bill of lading भनेको जहिले पनि cost पट्टि हो के. It's always on cost side. It's never on example bill of lading. Suppose bill of lading a company is using that to give out a loan. Example के हुन्छ भने like सबैको इन्भोइस काटिसकेपछि त्यो रिटर्न ब्याक आउनको लागि त अबाउट 30 डेजको पिरियड हुन्छ. के पिरियड भन्छ आई फरगट द एक्ज्याक्ट नेम. सो लाइक इन्भोइसको त्यो रोटेसन पिरियड हुन्छ. काटिसकेपछि इट टेक्स 30 to 90 days. नाउ त्यो टाइममा इन्डियामा चाहिँ धेरै कम्पनी छ, नेपालमा त्यति छैन, युएसमा पनि छ. उनीहरूले चाहिँ के गर्छ भनेदेखि यु गिभ द्याट इन्भोइस एन्ड त्यो इन्भोइसको बेसिसमा उनीहरूले पैसा अहिले दिन्छ क्या. तर दे विल नट गिभ यु फुल एमाउन्ट, दे विल गिभ यु सर्टेन एमाउन्ट. अनि त्यो इन्भोइस कलेक्ट गर्ने काम चाहिँ त्यो कम्पनीको. सो इन्भोइस फ्याक्टरिङ भन्छ त्यसलाई. सो त्यो केसमा त्यो इन्भोइस प्रोसेसिङ गर्ने लोजिस्टिक कम्पनीलाई बेच्नु भन्दा त्यो लोन दिने कम्पनीलाई बेच्नु बिकज उनीहरूको लागि त तर रेभेन्यू भयो नि त.
अनि तिमीहरूको एन्डमा त इट्स द सेम एनर्जी यु पुट टु बिल्ड द सिस्टम.
That's exactly same.
Interesting. Now backtracking it तिम्रो अघिको स्टोरीमा अब चाहिँ तिमीहरूले बार्कलेजमा पायो.
Yeah, we got into
400K को seed investment पायो.
No, over there like on Barclays we only got 120K.
120K को seed investment पायो.
Then like but we got more from like angel investor and other people from like for and even Sequoia like one of the famous they have a program called Sequoia Source. I think it's not called Source or it's called something. त्यसमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने Sequoia is one of the very it's a like it's not a what you call it's not a hidden fact or anything but it's not a lot of people know. Sequoia के गर्छ भन्देखि the investor that they have invested and they have done really good job. Once you do that, you become an angel investor. उनीहरूले के भन्छ भने एन्जल इन्भेस्टरले पनि पैसा हाल्छ नि त कम्पनीमा. इफ यु लुक इन्टु लाइक इन्डियामा लाइक यु हेभ लट अफ पिपल ओभर देयर लाइक हु वाज द फाउन्डर अफ क्रिएट कुनाल सा राइट. ही डज लट अफ इन्भेस्टमेन्ट
100+ स्टार्टअप.
उसले इन्भेस्टमेन्ट गर्दा के भन्छ भने सिक्युरले जति पैसा तँ हाल्छस् त्यति पैसा मैले पनि हाल्थेँ है भन्छ क्या. सो बेसिकली इफ आई पुटिङ 25K देन सिक्योरबाट दे अल्सो क्यान गेट 25K एन्ड दे विल पुट 50K फर यु.
सो डाइल्युट हुने भएन नि त होइन
डाइल्युट त हुने भयो तर यु गेट मोर मनी. सो तिम्रो क्यापेसिटी बढी भयो नि त भन्न खोजेको. एन्जल इन्भेस्टरले त चेक काट्ने भनेको 20,000 USD को मात्रै हो नि त. सो इफ एन्जल इन्भेस्टर सेज दैट आई विल कट यु 40K त्यो मध्ये 20 उसको 20 अर्कोको सिक्योरको. अब त्यो गइसकेपछि दुईवटा फाइदा हुन्छ क्या सिक्योरलाई. सो द्याट्स इज रिजन अल्सो वी हेभ गट सम फन्डिङ फ्रम देम also like not directly Sequoia-को through छैन तर Sequoia-को like we have the co-founder of Jitin Gupta. He is Jupiter money-को like quite a famous neobank in India. So he has invested to us and his also partner has invested. So they invested certain amount and Sequoia-को बाट double गरेर अनि they invested right. So combining all of these things we raised 400K and our plan was to take that 400K and then make sure that we have a revenue of at least 1 million per year. ARR भन्छ annual recurring revenue because we are SaaS product and for us the important metrics is ARR, annual recurring revenue. So like so over there the plan was to go to 1 million. अलि पुगेको छैन त्योभन्दा अगाडि नै फन्ड रेज हामीले गऱ्यो लाइक बट द प्लान इज टु क्रस द्याट पाथ बाई इन्ड अफ दिस फाइनेन्सियल इयर.
अहिले मैले तिम्रो सोध्न मिल्छ वाट इज योर एनुअल रिकरिङ रेभेन्यू?
आई क्यान से आई क्यान नट गिभ यु एक्ज्याक्ट नम्बर बट इट इज एनिवे बिट्विन 500,000 to 1 million बिचमा छ एन्ड वी आर लुकिङ इन्टु क्रसिङ इट टु 1 million. All the number I talk about is USD is like end of this year. By end of this year,
next 4 to 5 months.
We want to cross it to 1 million and grow it to like about 3 to 4 million in 2023. Right, so that's like growth statistics that we have.
तर तिमीहरूको SaaS product छ जस्तै for example कतिपय SaaS product you go to the website, you click some buttons and then you add a credit card and then you buy it. त्यस्तो छैन.
Interesting thing. So there are different kind of SaaS products, right? The thing that you talked about, that is our vision, right? One day we want to be at that place. So तिमीसँग जे डकुमेन्ट छ, सपोज नेपाली क्रेडिट कार्ड, नेपाली सिटिजनसिप छ, or whatever you have, whatever you can come to either हाम्रो सिस्टम, हाम्रो मार्केट प्लेसमा पहिले प्रिटेन एपिआई हुन्छ, you can just enable, upload your citizenship and you will get output. Or तिमीसँग 20 वटा 30 वटा स्याम्पल छ, you upload into our system, do the normal annotation and you can build your own model. हैन, the day we achieve that, and that's a thing, right? If you look into Docsumo को grand vision भनेको, we want to be document AI's software. What it means is that no matter जे टाइपको डकुमेन्ट भए पनि you send to your system, it's very, either there's already a pre-trained API or you can train your own model and then you can put your credit card, buy the credit and go there. Currently त्यो छैन. The reason for that is हाम्रो client are all enterprises. And this enterprises client usually like needs a lot of things. Invoicing science. Example, we have SOC 2 report. SOC 2 भनेको like is a security report, ISO जस्तै. And SOC 2 चाहिँ mainly US को लागि बढी आमा मान्छ. Like ISO चाहिँ तपाईको European कम्पनीहरुले माग्छ. SOC 2 चाहिँ mainly US कम्पनीले माग्छ. So that's the reason we have SOC 2. So त्यो चाहिन्छ. Like so because of that, for us, we are even in next 1 month we'll be opening the app. So you'll be able to use our Docsumo app. You can just go to our website, sign up, use the API and everything, but over there credit card राख्ने feature चाहिँ गर्दैन, किनकि we are looking into companies who can pay us at least 10 lakh per year. 10 लाख भन्दा कम पे गर्न लाइक पर इयर, त्यो भन्दा कम गर्न सक्छौँ हामी, लिँदा पनि लिँदैन. अहिले
चाहिँ मेरो मिनिमम उ चाहिँ एउटा जस्तै एउटा क्लाइन्टले कम्तीमा तिर्ने चाहिँ कति हो, म्याक्सिमम तिर्ने चाहिँ कति हो?
So currently we have client who do like about 10 lakh, Nepalese 10 lakh or
a year.
Yeah, about 8,000 USD per year. So that is minimum. So कम भयो भनेदेखि हामीले लिँदा पनि लिँदैन.
Maximum चाहिँ?
Maximum it can go up to like 200k.
200k a year.
There are some POC that is running on 200k, right? So which is like 2.5 crore
yearly.
So
okay. So यो चाहिँ तिम्रो सिङ्गापुर बेस्ड कम्पनीले हो. सिङ्गापुर बेस्ड कम्पनीको टेक टिम चाहिँ नेपालमा छ, त्यसको नाम चाहिँ
मेगाबिट भयो. द थिङ इज द्याट नेपालमा मात्रै छैन, अहिले चाहिँ इन्डियामा पनि छ. पहिला चाहिँ लाइक फर 1-2 years नेपालमा मात्रै थियो. वी ह्याड 0 इन्जिनियर्स इन इन्डिया. सो इनिसियल डक्सुमो भनेको चाहिँ वी बिल्ड इन नेपाल. आई क्यान प्राउडली से द्याट वी बिल्ड इन नेपाल. अहिले छैन. किन छैन? आई विल टेल यु. दिस इज अल्सो वान थिङ आई वान्ट टु डिस्कस. नेपालमा we hired engineers. What do you think is my biggest why do people leave Docsumo?
To go outside.
Yeah. What do I do with that? Right? So if I train people over here and although they are going US, right? Out of like every year about 6 or 7 people have gone to US from Docsumo. Only 2 people. Only 3 वर्षको whole career-मा 3 people होला, and all of them junior, more than 1 year of experience. They left for some other company. Any senior people who have HR'd with Docsumo have never left me for next company.
They only went to US.
Master गर्नलाई.
So company with this size of investment is losing employees Nepalबाट for US.
There are 2 things, right? So त्यो केसमा like it's not just about salary also. If you look into the salary part, मैले देख्दाखेरि 2 कुरा देखेँ क्या, लाइक नेप्लिजहरूमा. एउटा कुरा भनेको लाइक आई सेड, एन्ड आई अल्सो डोन्ट कन्डेम इट अर एनिथिङ, किनकि वेन आई वेन्ट म्यानमार मेरो थिङ्किङ पनि एक्ज्याक्टली सेम थियो क्या. नाउ आई हेभ केम ब्याक, मलाई बाहिर जाने इच्छा छैन, राइट? आई हेभ रिसेन्टली गट माई O1 भिजा लाइक एप्लिकेसन एप्रुभ. O1 भनेको चाहिँ युएसको like alien with extraordinary ability.
Okay.
Right. So I have the application is approved, which means that I can apply for visa. So the visa, like once I get confirmation with my lawyer, I'll apply it. Right. And it's a 3-year visa, and I can easily get a green card. Right. After 3 years, I can easily get a green card. But I really don't think like I'll go down that route. I really don't see myself going to US and working over there. Right. मैले 1 वर्ष गरेँ क्या, म्यानमार गरेँ. आई थिङ्क आई गट द्याट एक्सपिरियन्स एन्ड आइम लाइक पुग्यो क्या मलाई. किनकि मलाई के रियलाइज भयो भनेदेखि एट द एन्ड अफ द डे, लाइक, एन्ड दिस इज अल्सो द वान अफ द थिङ वी डिस्कस अन द अदर पोडकास्ट ओभर देयर, इज आई अप्टिमाइज फर ह्याप्पिनेस. For me, money itself will never give me that much enough happiness. My philosophy is very simple. If people start optimizing for their happiness, then they'll be like very happy. And my happiness is more over here because I have my family over here, I have my friends over here, and money is not an issue for me, right? Suppose, and that is the exactly same thing about board and everything. For whatever reason, if Docsumo shuts down tomorrow, my Nepal was set up, right? very good salary. The salary of the CEOs of बैंकको सबसे हाई स्यालेरी खानेको बैंकको CEOs हो ओलाको but the base more like बैंकको CEOs. I'm not talking about all, but बैंकको CEOs have really good salary. I will not say like the top बैंकको CEOs होती हैन, but mid level को बैंकको CEO को जति salary म नेपालमा बसेर खान सक्छु के.
त्यो भइसक्योपछि it's like you are trusting.
Why should I go to US, right? Because I have seen people go to US. Because I have friends, right? I have like. It's a depression, like literally, like people are depressed, they don't have anything too much to do. And second thing is like family also, right? Mom, dad, like my brother is going abroad. I'll be frank with you that my brother is trying for Canada. More likely you go to Canada because they want to go. And
it's their choice, conscious choice.
Right? It's the thing, right? If once after they go over there and they say that I want to come back, one of the things I have told them is that तिमीहरूले यो चिन्ता गर्नु पर्दैन कि मैले यति पैसा खर्च गरेर म क्यानाडा आउँदैछु म बस्नुपर्छ यहाँ. I think that holds a lot of people back. If they are given them a choice saying that तैँले यति खर्च गरेको छ भनेर बिर्सिदे हैन, you forget about that, forget about other things. त नेपालमा मैले साथीहरु भन्छ के मलाई 2 लाखको जागिर देन म नेपाल आउँछु.
I know there's so many people who want to come back. तर तिमीले भने जस्तै के छ भन्दा फेरि म यति खर्च गरेर यति मेहनत गरेर US आए PR पाएँ हैन, अब त म जानै मिल्दैन because मेरो त त्यो.
So that's the same thing I have told my brother, right? I have told it like money is no longer an issue for us, right? So whatever happens, right? Like if you look into Docsumo and everything, it's a paper money. I'll be frank with you, Docsumo. Every time Docsumo को कुरा आउँछ हामी घरमा पनि त्यही गर्छ, हामी जिस्किन्छ के भन्छ नि on paper I'm a millionaire, but it's a paper money, right? त्यसको भ्यालु 0 छ. Until unless I do IPO or I sell it to the next company, मेरो एसेट भनेको 0 हो. Right? I never मैले त्यसमा के प्लानै गरेको छैन कि मेरो Docsumo को जुन एसेट छ नि त्यसमा मैले प्लान 0 गरेको छु के, किनकि it's a startup, right? You cannot plan it on that. So that's the same thing, like coming back to what I have told my brother is that जाओ रमाइलो गर उस गर तर any point of time तिमीलाई come back like this is not what I want, like रमाइलो देखियो सबै कुरा भयो, don't hesitate to come back किनकि you guys don't have to worry about that. Right?
Okay, following up अघिको तिम्रो क्वेसनमा चाहिँ यो US को कुरा कहाँबाट आएको थियो भन्दा फेरि बिकज तिम्रो one of the major problem नि जति राम्रो चीज गरे पनि people are living in the US, तर अब इन्डियामा चाहिँ I think India is in a different phase that people are not going outside for.
So that was very interesting, and that is also like we discussed. We feel that Kathmandu is like a Bangalore in 1990. Right? The analogy that we give is Kathmandu is a Bangalore in 1990. Right now, Kathmandu is a Bangalore in 1990. Only ke cha bhanda ki India ma, I'll give you a context in India because I am doing a lot of hiring and everything.
India ma engineers पनि छ,
like sorry,
engineers hire गर्छौ India.
We have started hiring in India.
How many engineers are there?
Currently we have around 4 engineers over there, but 6 people are joining.
Okay, so India ko engineers and Nepal ko engineers are under you, so you manage because you are the CTO. You manage the whole India and Nepal ko teams.
Yeah. So over there, like I think over there, one of the things that is always clear between me and Yusuf has always been is that like just एउटा मात्रै हेर्ने भन्ने छैन के, like so because of that also like मैले टेक मात्रै हेर्ने टाइपको छैन, right? So I also help with marketing, sometimes I help with paid marketing and everything. So because of that like even like Yusuf looks into that team and everything because Yusuf really likes to like understand what is going on in the business, and I really like to understand what is going on the sales because sales really fascinate me, right? Like because one of the other philosophy that I have is if I cannot do something and people can do it, I really expect that, right? When last time we talked about this also, right? Like those people who are making a product in Nepal and selling it to Nepal. One is Exxon Data or this guys who made PhonePe. I have a huge respect for them. The reason for that is I will never be able to do that. I cannot because
you don't want to build a product for Nepali market.
I will not. Till now, I'll not build it because त्यति energy मैले use गरेर if I can build a global product, then why I want to like make myself constant over there.
तर कुनै पनि ग्लोबल प्रोडक्ट भनेको पहिला लोकलबाट सुरु हुन्छ, रिजनल जान्छ अनि ग्लोबल जान्छ हैन र जस्तै डक्सुमो भोलि गएर नेपाली कम्पनीलाई युज हुन्न भन्ने कुरा छ र नेपाली बैंकहरुले नेपाली फोन पेले भोलि गएर लेन्डिङ गर्न पर्यो भने डक्सुमो युज नगर्न मिल्ने भन्ने कुरा हुन्छ र
छैन. तर प्रब्लम कहाँ छ भन्देखि I am not no it's not about they cannot afford, right? The thing is that they can afford, but if there's a cheaper solution, business if there's a cheaper solution, they are going to go with cheaper solution. My cost, right? So the nominal cost that I have right now, the thing I talked about 6 cents was about 3 like कुनै client 3 years ago contract sign गरेको थियो, then that's the reason I have to give them for 6 cents किनकि contract sign गरेको छ. अहिले एक पेज एनालाइसिस गरेको डक्सुमो चार्जेस 20 रुपिज राइट एक पेज एनालाइसिस गरेको इफ यु लुक इन्टु ब्याङ्क स्टेटमेन्ट देन इट गोज मोर टु लाइक 1 or 200 रुपिज नेपालको मेन पावर एउटा ब्याङ्क स्टेटमेन्ट एनालाइसिस गर्नलाई 200 रुपियाँ कसैले तिर्नेवाला छैन मलाई त्यही त होइन युएसमा दे विल लाइक डु इट विदाउट इभन ब्लिङ्किङ होइन त्यो
ठुल्ठुलो कम्पनीले पनि त रिजन अनुसार डिफ्रेन्ट कन्टिनेन्ट अनुसार आफ्नो प्राइजिङहरू त्यसरी नै मिलाएको छ नि त होइन जस्तै फर इक्जाम्पल नेटफ्लिक्सको पनि इन्डियन प्राइजिङ त डिफ्रेन्ट छ युएसको प्राइजिङ डिफ्रेन्ट छ सो त्यो कन्ट्याक्समा भोलि गएर डक्सुमोको पनि त नेपाली प्राइजिङ त फरक हुनसक्यो नि त
यसो छ यसमा के छ भने आम नट गोइङ टु से नो भने भन्दैन बट इभन इन लाइक डिसेन्ट फ्युचर आई हेभ नट थट अबाउट इट अर आई माइट नट थिङ्क अबाउट इट
स्याड भएन मलाई स्याड फिल भयो किन स्याड फिल समवन लाइक यु होइन विथ एन एक्स्ट्रा क्यापेबिलिटिज अफ बिल्डिङ समथिङ अफ दिस साइज होइन एन्ड यु डोन्ट वान सल्भ नेपालको प्रब्लम यु डोन्ट वान सल्भ
yeah so I'm not about that and it's sad right but the thing about that is impact to kura okay हैन how do I make a biggest impact right किनकि एउटा पोस्ट कुरा भइरहेको थियो if you remember unicorns there are like 100 unicorns I think India crossed 100 unicorns about 6 months ago and everyone was posting this exactly same post when will Nepal have its first unicorn right that was the post and I had put on LinkedIn मैले राखेको थिएँ like my thought process over there is that for Nepal to have its first unicorn right it's a chicken and egg problem okay तिमीसँग enough talent okay I was before I answer you like नेपालको लागि किन नगर्ने भनेर why do you think that I have not hired any sales product marketing in Nepal like
because you could not find people of that expertise
right किनकि नेपालमा पुरा कम्पनी नै छैन के think about it like can you tell me any except for like one company I know like Programmix is doing a very fabulous job right but they are more on the customer side of the things they are not on B2B side of the things ma business enterprise sell गर्ने product like out of Nepal which is one product that sells to business
I can't remember तिमीलाई थाहा छ
I don't know it. I know about Grapesers. They do it. I mean, like they also. I don't know if they sell for enterprise or not. But one of the company that is really inspiring because I know about them is Grapeser. They do data like web scraping also. But they are also quite big. Like उनको team Nepal में छ. I know only that company. But उनको company marketing और sales त्यति strong छ तो मलाई लाग्दैन. In a sense that भए पनि नेपाल भन्दा बाहिर होला. उनको tech team चाहिँ smart छ किनकि केमुको माथिको floor मा त्यो उनीहरूको and then I have seen their team and everything. Tech was really nice. Was सेल्स र मार्केटिङ उनीहरूले कसरी गर्छ भनेर मैले स्टोरी पनि गएको छैन सो दिस इज द थिङ राइट सो आई डोन्ट ह्याभ अ ट्यालेन्ट ओभर हियर अहिले पनि मलाई के भएछ इन्जिनियर हायर गर्नलाई इन्डियामा जोइन गर्नलाई भने 6 जना छ नेपालमा 0
यो मार्केटिङ एन्ड सेल्स साइडमा कि डेभलपमेन्ट
साइडमा पनि आई हेभ 0 पिपल इन लास्ट 3 months The reason for that is I took like about 4 interviews. Everyone के भन्छ म अगस्तको लागि एप्लाई गरिरहेको छु मेरो I-20 आइसक्यो नभए यो भइरहेको छ दिस इज देयर पोर्टफोलियो
तर तिमीलाई मैले काटे यो जुन स्किल सेटहरू तिमीले ऊ राखेको भनेको राखेको छ होइन त्यो स्किल सेट त अब त ग्लोबल स्किल सेट हो नि त त्यो स्किल सेट त अमेरिकामै बसेर जस्तो इट्स अल इन्टरनेटमा पाइनेबाट स्किल सेट हो नि त होइन सो एउटा खतरा प्रोग्रामर त अमेरिका गएर प्रोग्रामर हुनु परेन नि त उसले त नेपालमै सिकेर नेपालमै उ गर्न सक्यो सो आई थिङ्क यहाँ प्रब्लम चाहिँ इट्स नट अबाउट द स्किल सेट इट्स अबाउट पिपल रिटेन्सन गुड पिपल डोन्ट वान्ट टु स्टे हियर फर लङ
द्याट इज वान एन्ड सेकेन्ड थिङ इज and this is also the thing that I have realized 2 वर्षको कुराले realize के भएको भने experience beats nothing no matter how smart you are experience you'll never be able to beat your experience मैले त्यो किन भनेको भनेदेखि now I have money in the bank right the only concern that I have is I need to have very good people and I need to skill my team to do that I need people who have at least done it once or twice किनकि पैसा ब्याङ्कमा भइसकेपछि for me for the company we are also giving ESOP to the people right to like I think 80% of my team have ESOP like that is finalized like
ESOP of Docsumo ki ESOP of the tech company
like अलिकति tricky छ नेपाली company नेपाली employee को लागि अलिकति tricky छ like you know like Nepal को लागि they are not able to invest and everything so like lot of things happening over there Nepal is also we have not give them the ESOP किनकि ESOP legally allowed छैन किनकि किन मिल्दैन नि त नेपाली चाहिँ किन मिल्दैन and these guys don't have money in the bank but हामीले कसरी गएको छ भने यसरी allocate गरिरहेको छ कि if the company got sold or anything then these people also can get ESOP as long as they pay their income tax in Nepal so basically it's not ESOP like it's put it on a such a way that if they get that money then उनीहरूको इन्कमको तरिकाले जान्छ कि and if you have it as an income then नेपालको गभर्मेन्टले इस्यु छैन
अनि तिमीले ऊ कसरी मिलायो जस्तै नेपाली कम्पनी ओनिङ अ कम्पनी इन सिङ्गापुर चाहिँ कसरी मिल्यो
no we don't have it right so megabit is very different like it's not like megabit there is no relation between megabit and Docsumo
megabit त नेपाली कम्पनी हो कम्प्लिटली रजिस्टर्ड नेपाली कम्पनी it pays income tax it pays everything that needs to be paid सरकारलाई हैन now you as a Nepali guy who holds Nepali citizen हैन how are you being able to own a company in Singapore किन त इलिगल हो नेपालमा
No, it's not illegal, right? It is only illegal if I take a money from Nepal to make a company.
Okay.
But I have been to Myanmar, right? I was there for 1 year.
So बाहिर कमाएको पैसा तिमीले बाहिर इन्भेस्ट गर्न त पायो नि त
Yeah. So that and also like if you look into initially, right? त्यसमा भ्यालु छैन के like मेरो कम्पनीको like I'll give you a number. मेरो कम्पनी सुरु गर्दाखेरि मेरो paid out capital is $100. My company मैले $100 मा सुरु गरेँ त्यो मध्ये मेरो कम्पनी like I only paid like half or like a bit less than half, right? So like त्यो सबै भनेको त मेहनतको कुरा हो नि त इफ यु थिङ्क अबाउट इट लाइक जुन अहिले $21 million को भ्यालुएसन छ हाम्रो कम्पनीको भ्यालुएसन $21 million हो इज द ब्लड एन्ड सोइल द्याट आई हेभ done for last 3 years. It is never the money that I took out from Nepal and put it over there. It's not like hotel industry, it's not a hotel industry, right? So that is one of the things I think recently Cloud Linda or something like one of the people, one of the guy I'm really bad with name.
No problem.
That guy had started a service from where Nepalese could make a delivery company. होइन बट आई थिङ्क हि फेस सम लिगल इस्यु किनकि उहाँले स्ट्याटसहरू हाल्नु भएको थियो त्यहाँ लिगल इस्यु के फेस गर्नुभयो होला किनकि नेप्लिज क्यानट लाइक लिगली ओन इट कम्पनी आउटसाइड एन्ड द्याट आई फाइन्ड रियली
स्टुपिड
I would not say stupid. I think it's more on like people cannot think it fast, right? The thing I like about Berlin, right? So like everyone knows about Berlin.
It's talk of the town.
It's a talk about town, right? Like people might like his policy, but might not like his policy. I don't know. Like I'm not expert on that field, so I'm not going to comment. Like घर तरा भत्कारै like काठमाडौँको विकास हुन्छ कि हुँदैन or he might be doing something like
त्यो उसको अब उलाई हामीले चुज गरेको छ he is there for 5 years we should let him do 5 वर्ष के गर्न छ हैन then we'll judge
and like I cannot be a judge, right? It's very easy to sit on a football chair like football too like it happens my brother is a football aficionado and then every time someone gives a pass he will say यसै गर्ने हैन उसै गर्ने but when you really have to get down on the field and then
that's a different story.
It's a different story. So let like Berlin do it. Exactly same thing applies. Now this is what I find, this is what I'll say is a very stupid move. If you know it, पहिला नेपालको इन्भेस्टमेन्ट लाइक नेपालमा इन्भेस्टमेन्ट ल्याउनको लागि के थियो भनेदेखि तपाईँको 50 लाख सम्मको भयो भने हुन्थ्यो
FDI
त्यसपछि 1 वर्ष बढाएर 5
करोड गर्थ्यो
Are you kidding me? Like yeah, I know that you cannot have like example like even Dorasiko case company like I know like Kemu had to go through so many loopholes like they had to dance literally they had to dance किनकि it was so difficult for them किनकि they cannot own logistic company किनकि एउटा रुल के छ भने FDI कम्पनीले FDI ल्याएपछि लोजिस्टिक कम्पनी रन गर्न पाइँदैन
त्यसपछि उले कसरी ओन गरेर आएको छ जस्तै फर एक्जाम्पल उपाय इज अ लोजिस्टिक कम्पनी उले चाहिँ उसबाट लियो इन्भेस्टमेन्ट
अनि त्यो केसमा जस्तो लाग्छ डेलमा दे आर नट डान्सिङ आई गेस त्यो रुल चेन्ज भएको छ द रिजन आई वाज सेइङ त्यो रुल किन चेन्ज भएको छ भने द्याट्स अ थिङ द्याट्स अ इन्ट्रेस्टिङ थिङ अविनाश आई टक्ड अबाउट अविनाश लङ टाइम एगो राइट अविनाश वाज रनिङ अ लोजिस्टिक कम्पनी फर लाइक ही वाज रनिङ अ लोजिस्टिक कम्पनी एन्ड देन द्याट वाज ह्यान्डलिङ दराज एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ इट वाज इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट कम्पनी लाइक दराज इज डिफ्रेन्ट ऱ्यापिड भन्ने थियो इट वाज डिफ्रेन्ट दे चेन्ज द रुल एन्ड देन अहिले चाहिँ लोजिस्टिक कम्पनी रन गर्न पाउँछ त्यही भएर अहिले दराज एक्सप्रेस भनेको छ नि दे क्यान रन इट बिकज नाउ इज लिगल उनीहरूले रुल लाइक लभिङ गरेर उनीहरूले पछि रुल चेन्ज गरेको तर 2017 कि 18 सम्म त्यो लिगल थिएन क्या सो कमिङ ब्याक टु दिस पोइन्ट यु इन्क्रिज युर FDI एन्ड आई टोटली गेट इट राइट सर्टेन कुरामा FDI आउनु हुँदैन किनकि नेसनल सेक्युरिटीको कुरा हुन्छ इभन एग्रिकल्चरको कुरामा पनि लाइक इट क्यान बी ट्रिकी राइट बिकज हाम्रो देशमा लाइक everyone is doing agriculture, right? They are making their lives, right? You cannot like really dispute it. But certain कुरा like SaaS. If I want to build a SaaS, I know like company सिङ्गापुरमा छ, right? But इन्डियाको पनि सिङ्गापुरमा छ, फ्लिपकार्ट सिङ्गापुरमा थियो यार. But that did not stop them from doing that economy, right? बल्ल अहिले चाहिँ इन्डियाको रुलहरू पोलिसीहरू यसरी बन्न थालेको छ कि लाइक पिपल लाइक टु डु एन्जल इन्भेस्टिङ फ्रम नेपाल लाइक इन्डिया टु इन्डिया के नभए पहिला कसरी गर्दा थाहा छ राउट गर्थ्यो कि इन्डियाबाट बाहिर पठाउने बाहिरबाट सिङ्गापुर पठाउने अनि सिङ्गापुरमा इन्भेस्ट गर्ने अनि
किन पोलिसीको कम्प्लिकेसनले गर्दाखेरि पोलिसी
गर्नुपर्छ नेपालको केसमा त केसम्म छ भने किनकि सास कम्पनी सुरु गर्नको लागि लाइक थिङ्क अबाउट इट सास कम्पनी सुरु गर्नको लागि सपोज आइल गिभ अ भेरी गुड एक्जाम्पल तपाईँलाई you build a product that people can pay $9. $9 people can pay it. So $9 लिनलाई पनि you cannot use a Stripe. You cannot make a Stripe. People have to wire the money. यहाँ $9 आउँदाखेरि $2 पनि मागी हुँदैन किनकि बैंक चार्जेस यता गयो भने. How would Nepal have any SaaS company if you cannot, like, if you don't allow? And नेपालको यति स्टुपिड छ कि I'm okay, right? Even इन्डियाको केसमा के छ भने 250K चाहिँ you can invest. बाहिर इन्भेस्ट गर्न पाउँदैन. You can invest 250K per year USD. मोस्टली आई टका युज त्यति इन्भेस्ट गर्न पाउँछ. त्यो इन्भेस्ट गर्दाखेरि you can do like whatever you want to do with that money. त्यो भइसकेपछि at least certain companies that they can get started, right? So नेपालको also, like, I'm not saying that allow सबै पैसा फ्री हुनुपर्छ भन्ने मेरो कन्सेप्ट होइन क्या. किनकि नेपालको इफ यु नो अबाउट इट धेरै टक्स हुन्छ क्या. धेरै टक्स के हुन्छ भनेदेखि नेपालको करेन्सी चाहिँ लाइक इन्डियाको करेन्सीबाट निकाल्ने भनेर. एन्ड द्याट रियली लाइक I'm not the expert, right? I don't want to be expert on this field. I'm not the expert. Let the expert talk on that part. But my base thinking is that's not a good idea for whatever reason. नेपालको इकोनोमी त्यतिकै पनि उच्च. Like, it's better to be like, किनकि इन्डिया भन्दा त नेपालको स्टेबल त, like, India is more stable, right? They are now fifth biggest company, biggest economy.
I think अहिले रिसेन्टली इन्डियाले जुन इन्डियाको राष्ट्र ब्याङ्कले जुन एउटा नयाँ पोलिसी लिएर आएको छ कि एक्सपोर्ट चाहिँ अब इन्डियन करेन्सीमा गर्ने भइसक्यो. I think it's a very good for Nepal, right? It's
a good for Nepal, right? So the point that I was trying to make is that Nepalese government and then त्यही 5 करोडको कुरा गर्यो होइन. उनीहरूले 5 करोड बनायो, त्यसपछि फेरि अहिले गएर 2 करोड बनायो होइन. बट स्टिल आई फाइन्ड इट टु बी like a bit high selling to cross, right? If you think about it, it's a high selling to cross. And then like coming back to this one, even in case of Nepalese, like, tell me this, right? डलर कार्ड भर्खर 1 वर्ष अगाडिदेखि मात्रै डलर कार्ड यु कुड डु इट. मलाई एमाजोनको AWS सर्भर किन्नु थियो भने पनि अहिले त जेनेसिसहरू छ, यताउति छ, लाइक अलिकति छ होइन, लाइक थर्ड पार्टी छ. बट बिफोर द्याट सबै कुराको लागि छैन नि.
त्यही पनि तिमीले अब 13% भ्याट, 18 के अरे 15% TDS अनि त्यसपछि 15% कमिसन तिर्दा फेरि चाहिँ $100 चाहिँ तिम्रो 37% एड हुन्छ. सो इट्स लाइक $100 बिकम्स $137.
त्यतिकै त त्यो एक्सपेन्सिभ छ, राइट? युएसको BM हो भनेको हामीलाई त्यतिकै त एक्सपेन्सिभ छ, त्यहाँमाथि गभर्मेन्टको छ. सो ओभर त्यो अन्टिल अनलेस गभर्मेन्ट फिगर तारा भने बालिनको कुरा पनि मैले किन राखेँ भनेदेखि अन्टिल एन्ड अनलेस नेपालको पोलिटिक्समा हुन्छ नि more people who are like who know this kind of things, right? Who have tech savvy people. Once they get into that, they can start slowly changing. Overnight हुँदैन, right? इन्डियाको केसमा त ओभरनाइट भएको छैन. बल्ल लाइक हुन्छ नि, सबैवटा युनिकर्न भएपछि अलिकति पोलिसीहरू रिल्याक्स हुन थाल्छ. नेपालको केसमा पनि इफ यु स्टार्ट लाइक इफ यु रियली वान्ट युनिकर्न आउट अफ नेपाल, देन आई थिङ्क विल हेभ टु लाइक द गभर्मेन्ट एन्ड लाइक अल अफ अस वी रियली हेभ टु थिङ्क अबाउट लाइक हुन्छ नि स्मल अर्डर छ क्या. सपोज मैले केही सास प्रोडक्ट किन्नलाई नाइटमेयर छ यहाँ
एकदम,
राइट? द ओन्ली वे आई क्यान डु इट इज म युएसको साथीलाई म यहाँ $100 दिन्छु, मलाई एउटा क्रेडिट कार्ड दिए अनि म यसबाट काम गर्छु भनेर. एन्ड विच इज लाइक
परिवारलाई दिन्छु. या
बट द्याट इज अल्सो ट्रिकी किनकि अलिकति राम्रो हुन थाल्छ उसको इन्कम ट्याक्समा जान्छ. सो त्यो अर्को प्रब्लम छ, राइट? सो ओभर देयर अन्टिल अनलेस आई थिङ्क वन्स लाइक वी फिगर आउट लाइक गभर्मेन्टको पोलिसी एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ अन दिस केस, राइट? एटलिस्ट स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टमलाई चाहिँ मेक देयर लाइफ इजियर, राइट? ठिक छ, नेपालबाट पैसा बाहिर पठाउनु नदेऊ किनकि इट्स अ रिक्स, इट्स अ भेरी बिग रिक्स. म भनिदिन्छु, आल बी फ्र्याङ्क विथ यु, नेपालबाट के गरी सबैले पैसा बाहिर पठाउनु दियो भनेदेखि इट विल बी अ नाइटमेयर. नेपाल इज गोइङ टु कोल्याप्स. वी डोन्ट नो वन वान्ट्स टु हेभ द्याट, राइट? बट लेट्स फिगर आउट अ मिडल वे अराउन्ड द्याट, right? Okay, coming back to one thing, I did not answer your questions like because I think that was very important questions regarding dukha lagcha, right? Because I'm not thinking about Nepal, right? Over there, my thing was that सबैजनाले आफ्नो तरिकाले हेल्प गर्ने हो, राइट? इफ आई से द्याट मेरो टाइम इज बेटर युज
somewhere else
building a global product because Docsumo, if it becomes a unicorn or it becomes $500 million,
तो पैसा त आउने होला नेपालमै छ. किन भन्दाखेरि
मेरो पार्ट नेपालमै आउनेवाला छ,
इन्जिनियर चाहिँ हायर हुनेवाला छ.
सेकेन्ड पार्ट इन्जिनियरिङ हाल्नु छ. सेकेन्ड पार्ट द पिपल हु हेभ बिन विथ अस दे अल्सो गेट द्याट मनी, राइट?
अनि बिकज समहाउ यु हेभ मेड यु माइन्ड कि अब तिमी नेपालमै बस्ने हो बिकज यु हेभ अलरेडी सिन ह्याप्पिनेसको कुरा गर्दाखेरि दिस इज वेयर यु गेट ट्रु ह्याप्पिनेस भनिसकेपछि तिमीले आफ्नो टाइम एन्ड एनर्जी नेपाली कम्पनीजहरूको सल्भ गर्नुभन्दा ग्लोबल कम्पनीलाई सल्भ गरेर त्यो एक्सपर्टिज यहाँ लिएर आएर त्यो रिसोर्सेस यहाँ बिल्ड गर्न सक्छौ भने कथा पनि दामी भयो, अपर्च्युनिटी पनि राम्रो भयो, त्यो पनि आफूमा एउटा इम्प्याक्ट, इम्प्लोइमेन्ट पनि एउटा बवाल इम्प्याक्ट हो.
Yeah, and over there also like it's also if you think about it, it's also about मलाई के गर्दा happiness, like मलाई के गर्दा happiness हुन्छ कुरा पनि हो नि त. Like if I feel like that, okay, building a global product gives me a bigger happiness, then I should be building a global product.
100%. एकदमै. So I think अब हामी अलमोस्ट पडकास्टको लास्टतिर आएको छौँ विक्रम होइन. मेरो तिमीलाई अर्को क्वेसन चाहिँ जसरी तिमीलाई भन्छ नि, जस्तै अब नेपालमा तिमीले ह्याप्पिनेस पाउनेवाला, this is where you will be getting your true happiness. So you have
sorry, before you answer this question, I'll just make it clear, because I am man of my words, so I always keep my words. So over there, like, let me be clear over there. When I say I want to, like, I don't want to go abroad, I don't want to go abroad, right? But one thing, I'll be frank with you, I want to get different passport. I'll be frank with you, I don't want Nepalese passport. I know it's a very controversial subject, right? I know like after 10 years someone will pick up this clip and then like
if you apply for mayor, if you apply for
whatever
Rashtrapati,
you'll like put it, you'll make a big controversy out of it. Reason मैले किन भनेको भनेदेखि, when I want to travel, right, I'm trying to travel with my wife for the honeymoon, right, in next 2 weeks. I have traveled Australia, like I have traveled Singapore, I have traveled Vietnam. The issue that I get with this passport, the only time when I feel like Nepal is sort of city country is when I have to travel abroad, and the treatment that I get in passport. I think if you have heard, like if you have read the China Haraiko Manche from Madan Krishna, he says the exactly same thing. Haro passport huneko haro passport hune रहेछ सबैजनाको भनेर. The reason I said that is that I think, and this is also this is my problem. It's like not a lower, like I think middle class मान्छेको problem भन्दा पनि it's like I'm not like high level class, but upper middle class को भनौँ. अब middle class को problem के छ भनेदेखि, we'll be earning money right now, not a lot, but like I'll be earning money, right? I really want that freedom to do what I want to do, right? कहिले मलाई सिङ्गापुर गएर बस्नु लाग्यो भने I want to go and be at Singapore, right? I want to develop Nepal. That doesn't mean that I want to be in Nepal for my everything, right? 6 months I want to be in Singapore, 6 months I want to be on other country, but त्यो कुरा नेपाली पासपोर्टले allow गर्नेवाला छैन मलाई, and I don't see it happening anytime soon. So one thing, to be frank, and Nepali dual citizenship दिँदैन. Hopefully like that changes in future. If that changes, that will be really awesome. But त्यसको पनि अरू कुरा छ, we had discussed about there. So the reason I was saying that is, 100% sure that I want to build things. I want to do things in Nepal, right? I see the happiness over here. I see my family and everything over here, right? And the long term is I see value over here. But that do not mean that I might not change my passport. I might change my passport just for the freedom of traveling. Just simple as that. I don't care about anything else. I really hate...
And that does not make you any less patriotic.
And I don't like how people take it, but like नेपाल लाइक क्रिकेट कुरा गर्छ नि, क्रिकेटको कुरा गर्छ मान्छेले, ओ क्रिकेट जित्यो भनेदेखि दिस प्याट्रियोटिक दिस एन्ड द्याट. आई एम ह्याप्पी द्याट नेपाल विन्स क्रिकेट एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ, बट आई क्यानट गिभ अट एनी लेस टाइम एट्याच अबाउट द्याट. It's good, happy, right? If I can support them some way through donation and everything, I'll always do that. But that doesn't mean that I'll say, oh, Nepal. No.
You have your own way of supporting this country,
so
right?
That is how, like, so just to make it clear, because like I said, I am a man of my words. When I say something, it has to mean something, right? So you had some questions, sorry.
Great. I think मेरो म अहिले कुन कन्क्लुजनमा आएको छ भन्दा जस्तै तिम्रो इम्प्लोइजहरू who are flying to US होइन, I think definitely for a better lifestyle हो. तर I think तिमीले नेपालमा बसेर सिटिजनसिप चाहिँ म त्याग्दैन भन्ने कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ इट्स बिकज तर पासपोर्ट चेन्ज गर्नु सिटिजनसिप राखेर पाइँदैन भनेपछि त पासपोर्ट चेन्ज गर्नु भनेको सिटिजनसिप चेन्ज गर्नु हो.
That's what I was saying.
NRN भयो तिमी चाहिँ.
Yeah, I might be NRN, so that's the thing.
Okay.
So just wanted to be clear, because later on someone figures out that, okay, I have talked about this on this podcast, and later on, oh, you are NRI. Like I said, right, my words matter to me, right? If I say something, it really matters. That's the same thing I tell to my employees also, right? उनीहरूलाई मैले यो गर्छु भनेको छु नि, मैले गर्छु. That was the whole reason when we were not taking a salary. Like we told them that we'll give you a bonus even when the company is going down, because if I have given my words, no matter how big, no matter how small, and I think that is something people should have it, right? That's the thing I hate about the politician, and I think they have to do that way only. Like they have to do it because sabai कुरा promise गर्ने हुँदैन. But when people don't keep their words, that really pisses me off, and I don't want to be one more person on that list.
Nice, beautifully said. So I think हाम्रो audience are very young, हैन. I think 18 वर्षको रेन्जमा छ, अनि I think नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा मलाई कस्तो लाग्छ भन्दाखेरि नेपाल has a very few thought leaders के, हैन. यहाँ इन्फ्लुएन्सर्सहरू चाहिँ थट लिडर्सहरू कम छन्, थट लिडर इन्फ्लुएन्सर्सहरू. सो त्यो कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ आई सी यु एज वान अफ देम, होइन. समबडी हु हेज अचिभ दिस मच, समबडी हु इज इम्प्लोइङ पिपल, र बिगर गोल छ, युनिकर्न लेभलको गोल छ भने चाहिँ वाट वुड बी यर एडभाइस टु यङ पिपल जसले हामीलाई सुनिरहेको छ, हेरिरहेको छ?
So my advice is very simple, right? And this is the same advice that I give to my employee also. There's a difference between तिम्रो काम र what you like to do, right? And this is मलाई भन्छ क्या, मलाई धेरैजनाले भन्छ, मैले धेरैजनालाई देखाए पनि छु, के भन्छ भने नेपालमा अपर्च्युनिटी छैन, त्यही भएर विदेश जानुपर्छ भनेर भन्छ. नेपालमा अपर्च्युनिटी होइन, you have a lazy ass. That's the reason you don't have opportunity, right? Because we were just talking about the exactly same thing between me and Rushabh. Let me say, if you want to be a very good writer, content writer, forget everything, start writing every day for 6 months. 1 वर्षपछि you write a book. But
100%.
do you really have a patience to write exactly same thing for 6 months without even blinking, like without making a single excuse? That is just one example, right? Same thing applies to each and everything that you do in your life. And what I tell my employees is that you are doing data sciences, but if you are not spending 2 hours of your time, weekend ma किनकि हाम्रो केसमा like I have 4 pillars, like 4 pillars of people making people happy or making sure that they get what they want. The number 1 pillar is they should have ownership. They should have a ownership of things that they are doing. Job ma होस्, घरमा जेमा होस्, they should always feel the ownership. Second कुरा, they should have work balance life, and that is something I try my best to do at Docsumo. And the joke goes like this: Rushabh and my Docsumo is a baby, and we work 14 hours 7 days a week, but this is not a baby for everyone, right? So you don't have to cry for our baby, right? So we might make sure that people have work balance life. Usually, like I try, even if people work very late, or if they are doing it for more than a week, I always try to make sure that like things are sorted in less amount of time, and make sure that they don't have it continuously. I don't have that overworking culture over there. The third thing is people should be paid what they think they deserve. I might not pay it. Someone can come to me and say that मलाई 1 crore चाहियो वर्षको. If you think you deserve that, then prove it. I'll not pay because म तिम्रो त deserve देख्दिनँ. But if you can show it to someone else, go and
feel free to go.
Feel free to go, and feel free to like, you cannot just demand 1 crore, right? You have to show that value. Maybe more to 1 crore pay गर्ने time आउँछ मैले पनि. If I become like, once I become a unicorn, I'll pay you 1 crore. Right? Till then, like I cannot do it. Figure out like who can pay you, what value you can bring. 1 crore को के value गर्न सक्छौ त? At the end of it, this is a business, right? अघि हामीले ROI को कुरा गयो भने cost side हो कि revenue side को कुरा त
एकदम
right? And then the third thing is you should be doing what you love, right? And the exactly same thing applies on the people also, and that was the advice that I was going to come to, is that do what you really love doing. Why I'm saying this one is that, and that do not mean that should be exactly what your job is doing. It can be different also, but as long as that gives you that, like एउटा saying छ नि, you always have 2 hobbies, one to make money, one for yourself. If both of them are same, amazing, but still you'll have to have that, right? त्यो मैले किन भनेको भनेदेखि मैले ब्याचलरमा पढ्दाखेरि मेरो थिङ्किङ प्रोसेस के थियो भने become a data scientist, I'll be a data scientist भनेको थियो कि like I'll be a scientist, or I'll be like industrial engineering पनि मैले मेरो इच्छाको विषय होइन क्या, मलाई मेकानिकल इन्जिनियर पढ्नु थियो कि I wanted to be a mechanical engineer. I mean, like the time is over, but the thing over there is that I would say I got unlucky. So like my rank 475 po usma, IOE ko rank 475 po. Like to same marks ल्याउने about 50 जना थियो. I think 6 people got into mechanical. मेरो चाहिँ physics मा अलिकति कम भएको भएर rank अलिकति तलतिर थियो. So because of that I didn't get into mechanical, and the best one was industrial. Industrial पढ्दा पनि the reason I studied industrial is because to mechanical equivalent छ. नेपालमा mechanical industrial equivalent छ. Like they are same. If someone mechanical को कसैले job खोल्यो भनेदेखि I can do it. Mechanical गर्दाखेरि मैले के गरेको थिएँ भने मलाई AutoCAD राम्ररी आउँछ, SolidWorks राम्ररी आउँछ एन्ड अल्सो आई नो द फोटोसप किनकि मलाई फोटोसप लाइक त्यो पहिला नोकिया मोबाइल हुन्थ्यो लाइक 9-10 सिरिजको थिमहरू बनाउनु मिल्थ्यो आई युज टु मेक इट लाइक द रिजन आई डिड दोज थिङ्स एन्ड अहिले त्यो के पनि युज हुँदैन क्या थिङ्क अबाउट इट आई एम नट डुइङ सोलिड वर्क्स आई एम नट डुइङ बट आई डोन्ट रियली even regret a single bit of it because I was doing it because I loved it, right? Same thing applies to here also, right? I'm an industrial engineer, I'm currently doing coding because I loved it, right? Over there, exactly same advice to anyone who is starting. Have that patience to do things continuously without seeing the results. Like the Gita bhन्छ नि कर्म गर फलको आशा नगर, and I think it really applies in life. And one thing I'll be sure, like I might be wrong on very, very few cases, but if you really find someone who can really do persistence on it, like 6 महिना चाहिँ म लेख्छु एउटा ब्लग लेख्छु 1 लाइन लेख्छु 2 लाइन लेख्छु तर लेख्छु भने कसैले भन्छ भनेदेखि आफ्टर 1 year 99.99% चान्स छ कि दे विल बिकम such a good writer that people will be like paying so much money, right? So अहिले मलाई के लाग्थ्यो भनेदेखि अनि दिस अल्सो समथिङ पिपल टेल टु मी त्यो लाइफ सजिलो छ तैँले टेक गइस् त्यही भएर त्यो लाइफ सजिलो छ यु मेक अ लट अफ मनी नो आई एम नट अ कम्प्युटर इन्जिनियर राइट एन्ड टेक गर्दामा एभ्री वान इज नट गोइङ टु बी सक्सेसफुल आई वर्क माई एस अफ फर द्याट right? Going from like industrial engineer to learning art, to learning Python, to running a company, to do a funding, to learning sales, I have not stopped learning. Right? So same advice applies to all the junior people, right? Figure out what you really like it, work on that. It's meaning you होइन कि त्यो छोडेर अरू काम गर्दै नगर, right? Work on that also, right? तिमीलाई like it's about hobbies itself, hobbies को जति कुरा हो के. Have one for money, one for yourself. If you really become good at yourself, then one day you will be so good that people will be like यस्तो लाइन लाग्छ के.
एकदमै तिम्रो एउटा एन्सरले मलाई एउटा क्वेसन याद दिलायो यार. क्यान इफ आई क्यान आस्क हाउ टु अहिले चाहिँ स्केलेबिलिटी भन्ने नै टेकले दिन्छ होइन. सो देयर आर लट अफ पिपल अमेजिङ पिपल डुइङ अमेजिङ थिङ्स अनि तर उहाँहरूले चाहिँ टेक्नोलोजी इम्प्लिमेन्ट गर्न नसकेर स्केल गर्न सक्नुभएको छैन. सो हाउ डु यु फाइन्ड टेक्निकल को फाउन्डर्स एउटा लेभल अफ बिजनेस बिल्ड गरिसकेपछि?
So I think over there, like this is a very interesting question, and I get a lot of this in YC form and everything also, right? If taking a co-founder, if you have sales and if you think that you can do marketing, trust me when I say that, give it 6 months, you'll be able to build it yourself. Don't find thing. What is difficult is sales and marketing. I'll never be able to, like if someone is really good to tech, म यो कहिले पनि भन्दिनँ कि like go and learn sales and marketing. Difficult छ. But if someone already knows sales and marketing, तिमीसँग persistence छ भनेदेखि you'll be able to build tech yourself if you cannot find it. अब find गर्नको लागि त the best way is always friends and family. अरू छँदै छैन के, right? Friends and family or your colleagues, right? Even over there you have to be careful. किनकि Yusuf, right? Yusuf, if you look into that, Yusuf is also comes from IIT. He had like friends on IIT. The reason he bonded really with me and we work together is that our work dynamics really works because he's good with sales and marketing. We are just good friends at the beginning. Even if something goes, because running a startup is really tricky. It can really break friendship like really apart. Like you have literally no idea. You might have an idea. Sorry, you'll have idea, but it can really break things when things are really bad, right? Like so over there, my think process over there is that. अहिले त लाइक वाइसी पनि छ, वाइसीमा पनि लाइक इफ आई रियली गुड टेक देन यु क्यान फाइन्ड लाइक त्यस्तो गर्ने 3-4वटा फ्रेमवर्क लाइक प्लेसेस छ. वाइसीको स्टार्टअप स्कुलमा यु क्यान अलवेज डु द्याट. देयर माइट बी सम अदर फर्म्स टु फिगर द्याट आउट ओभर देयर. बट त्यो चाहिँ लाइक आई वुड से फर टेक फाउन्डर, इफ यु आर टेक फाउन्डर यु डोन्ट नो हाउ टु डु सेल्स एन्ड मार्केटिङ, देन लाइक दुइटैको लाइक दिस इज वान थिङ द्याट आई रियलाइज एन्ड द्याट इज रियली इन्ट्रेस्टिङ. मलाई के पहिला के लाग्थ्यो भने सेल्समा मात्रै पैसा छ जस्तो लाग्थ्यो कि, सरी उसमा मात्रै पैसा छ जस्तो लाग्थ्यो, टेकमा मात्रै पैसा जेमा छ. ट्रस्ट मी इफ यु आर रियली गुड पैसा जेमा पनि छ, जेमा पनि लाइक लिटरली फर्गेट अबाउट क्लिनिङ द अफिस. किनकि आई हेभ सिन दिस, राइट? दे आर पिपल हु क्लिन द अफिस, दे क्यान चार्ज यु लाइक 10 एकचोटि राम्ररी क्लिन गरेको 30,000 एन्ड यु विल बी विलिङ टु पे बिकज द एटेन्सन टु डिटेल द वे दे डु इट इज सच अ गुड द्याट एकचोटि उनीहरू युज गर्न थाल्सकेपछि औ हेर्दै हेर्दैन क्या तिमीले. सेम थिङ एप्लाइज टु पिपल अल्सो बिकज मैले के सोच्थेँ भनेदेखि टेक डिफिकल्ट हुन्छ हायर गर्नलाई, सेल्स मार्केटिङ एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ इज गोइङ टु बी इजी. आई हेभ टेकन सो मेनी इन्टरभ्युज. के हुन्छ भने sometimes people will ask more money, I'll give them more money than try to have people with less money with like I don't like it, right? So coming back to like I don't know where I went with this conversation, but basic idea over there is that how to find the co-founders. So to make it simpler, first thing, if you know sales and marketing, then go and learn programming. Difficult छैन. There are so many no coding platform and everything. Build the
तर no coding platform बाट build गर्दा फेरि त्यो scalability हुँदैन नि एउटा पोइन्टमा, किन त्यही प्लेटफर्ममा डिपेन्डेन्ट हुने भने त्यसलाई भोलि गएर तिमीले निकालेर ल्याउन पाएन.
Over there I'll tell you. The reason I'll tell you is that Paul Graham essay, so I think that always I do it.
Do something that is unscalable.
Not scalable, right? The reason you told that is, and this is also the thing that I used to think at the very beginning. The reason I did the whole tech stack I'm Kubernetes सके सबै टेकहरु Kubernetes सके मेरो. But if I start tomorrow, I'll build everything in Docker and use it in Docker Compose. The reason, or even if I'm a tech founder, right? Boli, suppose Yusuf is not here, I need to build something from very scratch with this information of knowledge. I'll go with no coding platform. म कोडिङ त गर्दै गर्दैन के, किनकि के भन्छ इट्स अ लाइक डेप्थ फर यु, राइट? डेप्थ हो क्या तिम्रो, राइट? टिल द डे आई डोन्ट ह्याभ टु कोड, आई विल नट कोड. त्यो कुरा चाहिँ लाइक आई जस्ट लर्न आफ्टर डुइङ अ लट अफ थिङ्स ओभर देयर. इफ यु आर नन टेक फाउन्डर एन्ड इफ यु थिङ्क द्याट आई रियली ह्याभ अ गुड आइडिया बट द रिजन आई क्यानट स्टार्ट इज बिकज आई डोन्ट ह्याभ अ टेक फाउन्डर, देन आल सेल यु बुलसेट. The reason you cannot do it is because you suck. You really don't have that passion to do things on your own. किनकि as a CTO, मैले sales पनि गर्नुपर्छ. मैले now I have to do marketing also. I have to do backend and everything. Like I said, right? Today, मैले like I would always say find co-founder. किनकि I think that is also what Paul Graham and everyone says. Having co-founder makes your life a lot different. किनकि having a startup is even more difficult than having a child. I'll say frankly with you, it's such a difficult journey. It will be highs, lows, like it will be so many things. So having co-founder who really understands that, like who really lets you scream at you. Right? It has been the case where like I scream at Yusuf, like literally, like we really fight. Like even the team says, like team can see that fighting on the call. But after that fighting is over, we just get in a call and then we just chill out. We just let our pressure off. We just discuss why you are bothered, things like that, right? I don't have that kind of understanding even with my wife. To be frank, I don't have that kind of understanding with my wife. Because, I don't know, like for some reason, I don't have that kind of understanding. Because over there, we know that, right? At the end of the goal is exactly the same for Yusuf and me. If Docsumo is successful, whatever he goals he wants, he will be successful. For me also exactly same. हामी दुईजनाको गोल त सेम हो नि. मैले कसरी थिङ गरेर म कराए पनि, like even if I make whatever thing, then मैले गर्न खोजेको त इनको त त्यही त हो नि. I want Docsumo to be successful. He also wants Docsumo to be successful. So as long as we sit down, think quietly, then we'll always solve that problem, right? So coming, that's a part I was coming with co-founder. So that's the reason I would say like you need co-founder. But if co-founder is stopping you over there, then my best process over there is that if you are a tech founder, then also learn how to do sales and everything. Like build initial momentum. When people see that, when they see the bigger goal over there, then people will join, right? So then you can look for co-founder and everything. So पहिले मसँग idea छ, यो idea छ, if I had this one person, then they could build it and I'll sell it. भनेर कसैले बच्छ र that is the reason you are not able to do it, then I'll say that is a bullshit. If I do it right now, then I'll do exactly the same thing. I'll build it, I'll do a sales, I'll make a website and everything. I'll initially put it into like Hacker News, whatever, like कुन प्लेटफर्ममा हुन्छ, build that initial mass, then go to someone and say that, hey, मैले 6 महिनामा यति गर्ने, like 3 महिनामा यति गरे, मेरो कस्टमर यो छ. Do you see that? Like, do you see your big potential, like $100 million, $500 million company? Then people will jump, right?
True.
Right, so that is how like I would approach the problem on this case.
You didn't answer me the answer. You didn't answer the answer I was looking at, but then I think you answered in the most rightful way. Yeah.
So that's quite interesting over there. And the thing that I'll tell to tech founders, the things that I learned very late is that no one gives a tiny rat about your product. Right? Figure out like what real problem you are solving to them. And then work on that, right? So like figure that out, because no one really keeps you are using blockchain, because I see a lot of blockchain. Bullshit, right? I know it's a very good technology. Even I'm interested, even I'm fascinating, but no one is going to buy your product because there's a blockchain. People are going to buy your product because it solves Really their problem. So yeah, that is more important. Tech founders, please be careful. Don't try to say that, oh, I'm just using AI, ML, so people will buy it. No, right? If your product is shit, it's a shit product. No one is going to give a tiny as what is inside it.
Amazing. एकदमै मजा आयो Bikram. I had an amazing conversation. I know यो चाहिँ हाम्रो last podcast हुनेवाला छैन. I'm going to invite you a lot because I know you are त्यो लास्ट टाइम तिमीसँग कुरा हुँदाखेरि पनि मलाई के थाहा पाएको भन्दाखेरि तिमी चाहिँ एकदमै इन्फर्मेसन खोज्ने हेर्ने कन्ज्युम गर्ने अपडेटेड हुने किन भन्दाखेरि आई थिङ्क लास्ट टाइम हामीले नियो ब्याङ्कको कुरा गर्दाखेरि वी टकिङ अबाउट नियो ब्याङ्क होइन विच इज नो रिलेटेड टु डक्सुमो एज या भनौँ न सो त्यो कन्ट्याक्समा चाहिँ त्यहाँ चाहिँ कतिपय कन्ट्याक्समा चाहिँ आई रियली रिलेट विथ यू अनि आई नो दिस इज नट गोइङ टु बी आवर लास्ट पडकास्ट यु आर फ्लाइङ टुमोरो भोलि इन्डिया गइरहेको छ थ्याङ्क यू सो मच फर द टाइम अनि हाम्रो अडियन्सलाई चाहिँ हामी के भन्न चाहन्छौँ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ डुवर्सको इथोजमा रहेर वान अफ द इथोज वाज टु बिल्ड मोर डुवर्स होइन सो अहिले चाहिँ हामी आफ्टर 3 years हामी कसरी इभल्भ भइरहेको छौँ भन्दाखेरि वी आर ट्राइङ टु ट्रान्सफर द हार्ड कोर स्किल सेट द्याट आवर डुवर्स हेज बिल्ड फर्स्ट ह्यान्ड आफ्नो लाइफमा वर्षको एक्सपिरियन्स इन्टु अ कोर्स हामीले फर्स्ट कोर्स लन्च गरेको छ मास्टर क्लास भनेर तल लिङ्क छ त्यहाँ चाहिँ मैले लास्ट इयर्स हामीले चाहिँ अब सुरुवात नै मेरो स्किल सेटबाट गरेको छौँ लास्ट 9 वर्षमा कन्टेन्ट इन्डस्ट्री मार्केटिङ इन्डस्ट्री सेल्स फनलको कन्टेक्समा कसरी गर्ने भनेर हामीले एउटा एकदम टाइट कोर्स बनाएको छौँ 25+ आवर्सको छ इफ यु वान्ट यु डेफिनेटली एकचोटि तल हेर्नुहोस् चेक गर्नुहोस् अनि आई नो दिस कोर्स क्यान चेन्ज यो करियर हुन त मैले यसको यो भिडियोको फर्स्टमा पनि भनिसकेको छु तर हेभिङ सेड द्याट इट वाज अमेजिङ कन्भर्सेसन विथ यु विक्रम लुकिङ फरवर्ड फर आवर मोर पडकास्ट टिल देन you guys take care. Bye. Amazing.
Yeah, I think I talked a lot. I think
that's why I have a photo khitna parcha thumbnail ko लागि